So I sip my pint. You know who I am. We got Bisho in the house.
What's up, everybody?
Like every motherfucking time.
That's right.
And making this all happen. Sorry, I'm being really slow right now, but making this all happen, we got fucking Jonesy in the house.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, I'll give yourself a fucking horn, man. Yeah, there we go. I saw you reaching for it. That's
I just gotta wait for my opportunity.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we're here. We're just by ourselves. So we
Another
had
quarantine stream.
Yes, sir.
we had a guest cancel. What do you call it? Respectfully, because of all
Absolutely.
this shit. And I get that, but at the same time, we gotta be here to fucking entertain you guys.
The show must go on.
Yeah, especially while you guys are being bored at home and stuff. We gotta, pull up our socks and give you something to listen to.
That's right.
Um,
And just know we're taking our own precautions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're coming from
following
our
the
own
rules.
quarantine settlements, and we're not feeling sick. We stay in touch with one another all the time. So
That's the
Settlement.
caveat right there. It's like, oh, you're not feeling sick, but that doesn't matter.
that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
'Cause,
You
yeah,
could
I
be
know
killing
that'd be
people.
past the fact of you being. Yes, we understand.
But yeah,
We're following the rules, people.
no, for sure. And I like what was your word you used? Fuck, I forget now. Settlements. I like
yeah,
that. That was good.
quarantine settlements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, no, I mean, fucking. I'm just gonna jump right into it, but we had discussed a few topics earlier, and we're probably gonna discuss them again. But something I want to bring up right now is the "Don't fuck with cats."
Oh,
which
yeah,
I
man.
just watched yesterday, and the thing is, so many people told me about it, and I didn't really get so many people gave me different explanations of what it was, and then part of me just didn't really even care.
yeah. I
Um,
find it. You gotta really go in for yourself. Listen to this song. You know what I mean? And you might not listen to it for a week or so.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, I'm gonna give in and check this out. And then you're
Well,
like, man, what was I missing out
like
on?
that too, but it was mostly just because I'm like, well, everyone gave me a different explanation. I'm like, well, that sounds confusing. and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
right?
right.
And then even too, once I found out what it was actually about, I'm like, okay, well, at the same time, I don't know if I really even care, and not even care. I'm a little bit scared too because a lot of people were like, it's fucked up. It's so fucked up. It's fucked up.
As long as I don't get to
Yeah.
see any animals actually getting hurt,
Yeah.
I don't mind watching shit that's implies shit
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
I just don't
Like-
like seeing animals getting
There's a scene where he
Hurt.
puts
That's just me.
puts two cats into a vacuum sealable
Yeah,
bag.
that's the first one.
yeah, but he doesn't. But they don't show him sealing it,
No.
and they don't.
you
they
hear
sh-
the
at-
vacuum.
At the
that's
end,
it.
later on, they show him playing with the dead carcasses, and he shows them
Yeah.
in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then there's one where you see
Sick
the
fuck.
for a split second, you see the snake grab a cat,
Yeah.
but it's shitty quality. So it's nothing like that really. The worst I think was whenever he killed the human because you
Yeah.
see him. You don't see him stabbing the person because the camera's behind him. But you just see him going like this,
Hmm.
and you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a weird thing though? For me, anyways. I guess we've just been desensitized from all the Hollywood movies and shit. But if I see a human getting not that I want to see it or anything like that, but if I do see that, it fucks me up less than if
Yeah.
I'm seeing a defenseless animal
Yeah.
getting
You've seen
injured
it-
for some reason.
I guess yeah, you've seen it so many times in
I just feel
in
for the animal
movies, but
more than I would feel for the
it's-
human
but
being.
see,
when you
And
know
call
the
me
video is
fucking
real
cold, I
though,
don't
it
know.
hits a different way.
I I was right off the bat was starting to get mad.
Yeah.
And I was like, these people are psychos. And
Yeah.
the thing is, I said to somebody the other day, I was like, man, you see that shit? Yeah, I'm like, they're fucked. And he's like, I know, that guy's fucked. I'm like, no. Those people that started that page to find him and shit for killing the cats, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Because I know that it started with the love of cats, right? So she's just a crazy fucking cat lady, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just oh, justice for the cats, right? And then they try to make it sound in the end they're like, oh, we were telling the cops so that we could stop him from maybe killing a person, right?
Yeah.
But I believe fucking fully that them doing all that shit forced him. No, sorry, I shouldn't say forced him, but made him want to do it even more, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
But he was
the
doing it
audience.
before, regardless of whether or not they gave him the attention. He was still doing that before, right? It was
Yeah,
the fact that he put it online that got
true.
that
but that's the
garnered
thing is
that
he
audience.
wanted the attention,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
And that's what he
absolutely
got from him was the attention. So then, and like I said, he wanted to be the Catch Me If I Can dude and fucking be all on the run. And he even
Cat and
a
mouse.
few years before all this shit happened, he made a post a blog or something about how to completely disappear. and it's like don't talk to your sister anymore, and like don't this and that, like don't have any friends kind of thing, whatever, and how to like disappear and shit, right? But at the same time, like I feel like whatever, he was probably gonna do it anyways. But I just feel like they like fueled the fire, right? Like and then at the same time too, there was that one guy fucking with James Cramslot in his ass. He commits suicide, and I don't know if that was fully because of them, but at the same time I feel like they like maybe harassed them a little bit and fucking
But I don't know. Just sorry. Bully Zone saying check Tiger King.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
we'll get into that for sure.
It's coming.
Yeah.
This is the prepping.
Yeah, but no, it's
We've
just,
got nothing else to do but watch Netflix shit. So this is all we're gonna talk about today, folks.
So the fucking, but the thing is like, so, and then like, okay, so that dude, so there's the chick, right? I don't know their fucking names, but there's the girl that like Body Moving. She like started the Facebook page or whatever. I don't know if she started, but then there's that like Jack Green or John Green or whatever, Green, whatever the fuck. I felt like sometimes when he was talking about stuff, I felt like he enjoyed watching these videos and shit. Like at one point he's like, yeah, man, he's like, I'll wake up and fucking get the video or whatever, and someone sends him a link and shit, and he was watching the video of like the human getting murdered on his phone. He's like, I get up. He's like, I run into my office and to go to the computer, and I thought he was gonna say like he goes and like emails people or goes on Facebook. No, he went and watched it on a bigger screen. And then he said he watched it for like 24 hours or something like that. He just couldn't stop watching it
over and over again.
And like sometimes whenever he talks about other stuff, I feel like just the way his voice is, it sounds like he's like liked it, you know what I mean? So like I felt like he was in it for like, he's like, cool, I'm gonna get to see some fucked up shit, but I felt like she was in it because she was just crazy cat lady and was like, oh look,
love
poor cats, we need to find this fucking dude and like do this shit, you know what I mean? I just felt like it was so like, you're gonna spend all this fucking time of your life doing this shit. Like they even go to like, they find a picture of him and it's like, oh, they fucking find out it's in Montreal or some shit. So then they start scouring the streets of Montreal, and they're like literally taking like steps down the street on Google Earth. And fucking like, oh, there it is. There's the street light that he was near and shit. I'm like, wow, you know.
I mean,
like,
that's pretty crazy that they can do that though,
they
right?
did, I will say they did.
The first video,
shit,
first video, they went off of like outlets in the room. They're like, okay, that outlet, is it European? They're like, no, our outlets over here are different. And they're like going back and forth with these people across the world to really narrow it down. It even went down to I think like the blanket that was on his bed to the lamp in the room. They knew that the outlet was like American Canadian. It wasn't from overseas. And oh man, it was just the shit they went into.
That's wild.
On their own,
and the cops can't figure that, like,
on the internet.
You know,
like, they didn't know, right? Like they weren't trying to figure it out until the fucking murder shit happened. Because and the thing is even whenever they saw the video of the murder and shit, they couldn't really do anything because if there's no body, there's no murder, right?
Exactly.
So then they ended up finding
they were waiting.
murder.
Remember, they're talking about waiting to hear about a body being found.
And then
it was found in the trash.
They all got excited and shit and whatever, and like I don't know, and like at the same time too, I like obviously they did some good work and like whatever, like to be able to find out all this stuff and blah blah blah. But at the same time, like I said, like that's like takes a lot of fucking craziness to dedicate your life to that,
man.
But then like
you gotta
think about
be
it.
Single.
Well, but not the same. Well, she was definitely single. That fucking. Anyways, but the thing is, it's like, do you know how many other people are fucking out there doing that without putting it on the internet? You know what I mean? And like that's what really makes me feel like they helped fuel that fire.
They did,
or whatever, because like
they gave him the audience that he was looking for.
Yeah,
the
because
reactions.
if you weren't posting it online, or I mean, if you're posting online, you obviously want some attention.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So then like they were like, give him the attention. Like, let's make it seem like he's in the movie he wants to be in or whatever.
Yeah, man. And that was
that's what got him caught, though, right? Like
he wanted to get caught. He
left breadcrumbs everywhere.
Man,
so like in one video, he had like the Casablanca thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So they go to the movie Casablanca, and like the first scene, there's like a scene where it shows like the globe turning, and it shows like a line of a plane going, and then it lands in France or Paris or whatever. Same.
And that's where he was.
And then they find out that that's where he fucking was.
Yeah, that's where he got caught, was in France.
Yeah. Actually, he was in Germany.
Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Because he was at that internet. Right? He's in the internet cafe. Yeah, it was like a store, but they had internet shit in the back. Yeah, that's fucked up too. Like, they even say too that like what got him caught was the fucking his like need to see the internet and what his reactions and shit were, right?
Yeah.
And that's what fucked him over.
But he even right up into where he was caught and in the investigation room, you're like watching it, and as you're watching, you're like, hey, maybe this guy is like fucked up, because remember in the room they're talking to him and he's all like really cold and he's like, I need help. Like no one's in the room and he's going to the camera. He's like, I need help.
And he like walks around the room a couple times like this. He took the jacket off and he's like walking around the room a couple times and he's like, I need help.
Yeah.
I need help. And then he turns to the camera and he's like, I need help. Like no fucking like emotion in his face or anything. He's just like, I need help.
Yeah.
I need help. And then he played this whole big story about how his buddy like fucking apparently there was this guy that like was telling him to do it. It was like
maybe he was smart enough to like do weird shit to like plead, like maybe it was like the plead insanity, like.
Well, he was mimicking movies, so what goes into farther
but that could be like that can be because you're like crazy too though.
I think maybe he was trying to get off, like play the card to maybe get off even still. But yeah, man,
or
at the end though, in that
sentence.
room, he like puts the coat back on and asks the guy for a cigarette, right? And then he lights a cigarette, crosses his legs, and man, so the way he killed the human, all right, down to that moment in the investigation room, completely mimicked from the movie Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
From the way he killed the person to the way he acts just like Sharon Stone in that room. He's like, can I get a cold, and then the cigarette, and crosses the legs. And then it shows it in Basic Instinct, and Sharon Stone does the exact fucking same things.
And you know what else too is
that's wild.
Yeah.
Like, he made a statement to somebody at one point, like I don't know if it was like because they caught him one time somewhere in Europe, I think. They like rolled up outside of his fucking place and interviewed him when he walked out, and they're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, I'm running away because like whatever, they're threatening to kill me because I was dating, or they thought he was dating fucking what's her name,
the killers from around here.
The fuck's her name?
The chick and the guy
they like
from Ontario, the killers.
Her sister was one of the people they killed. They were like, I think she worked at a dentist or something. Holy fuck.
You know, it was all pinned on him, but then later on you found out it was like...
It was her
really
or whatever,
her. Fucking, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Me
it's
too.
like, boh. What is it,
Help us out. Anyways, but no, either way, so somebody said that he was dating her, and fucking, I almost fucking had it.
I wrecked my modeling career and all that shit.
So then they're talking to him, then they're like, like people say that you might have made this cat video thing or whatever, and he like says no, but he's like, okay, see you later, we're not talking anymore. But anyways, point is like they tracked him down and talked to him there, and I think he gave us a statement on there or something, or either way, at some point.
Is it Carla Homolka? Is that who you're talking?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Bernardo.
Yeah. But no, so then fucking, I lost it again. Wait, him and the fucking thing. Anyways, I forget. Oh yeah, no. So he gave it. Either way, he gave a statement at some point that said, killing is like smoke. Or killing isn't like smoking. Killing is different than smoking, because smoking you can quit. Or something like that.
Yeah.
So then whenever they're showing all the similarities to the fucking movie you're talking about, they show him saying that, and they're like, oh yeah, like smoking, and it shows him smoking the cigarette. But anyways, it's so fucked up, man.
Even to the point where, remember the part 2, the lead homicide lady out of Montreal, that was when they found the trash with all the body, there were certain body parts mailed out to the Conservative Party and the Liberal Party here in Ottawa, but then they found the remains of that body in trash bags, and this lady was on, and she's the one that's supposed to put together the murder scene, and he sent her the full video, man. And she talks about it, and she's like, I had to take a moment because this is my job. I'm supposed to.
No, he didn't send it to her. They emailed it to her. The cat group or whatever. They emailed it to her because they emailed the police in Montreal and said, hey, something's gonna go down or whatever. Or we saw like whatever.
Okay.
But then when the video came out, they emailed the video to the fucking
her.
Sorry, did I cut you off there?
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah, you kind of you filled in the blank. That's what happened, and she's the person that's supposed to put it all together in her head or whatever. And I remember her saying something about that about this blanket, and or maybe it was a poster, and I remember her saying, I ruled that out right away, and then I saw the video, and that's the poster on the wall or whatever. And she's like, she needed to take a moment too.
Yeah, because all the stuff she was seeing in the garbage was stuff in the video.
Exactly.
And shit.
And she was supposed to. Imagine that. Oh man.
So one thing I have to say before we have a message from our sponsors is just real quick about that chick though, the real ugly chick from Nevada or whatever, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
She was the one like organizing all this shit, body movement. There we go. So she fucking I forget now. Nope, forget it.
I remember about midway through it all when the person James Cramslot in his ass was getting all the hate mail for being the killer when he actually wasn't. When he had committed suicide,
I remember.
She took a leave from it all. Yeah,
but she fucking said that there was something in the Toronto Sun or whatever, and she's like, the Toronto Sun's like a tabloidy type newspaper. And I'm like,
were we just talking about this about the newspaper the other day?
I brought that up in the group chat. It's because Gord was talking about the global, what's it called, the Toronto Star.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. That's one he was talking about. But anyway, short story long is she said it was a fucking tabloidy newspaper, but I don't think it is. Like, I'm pretty sure people read that for like real news and shit, But anyway, so that's the last thing I have to say about that fucking cat lady cunt. Any motherfucking way. I have no problem with cats and shit, and I also don't agree with what he did. I think that's fucked up.
Oh man, that guy, absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think any of those videos are like great either. Like, I watched a video, 3 Guys 1 Hammer. I do not suggest you look that video up.
Oh, is that the one with the
yeah, and so I literally like went home. I didn't want to watch it because my buddy who showed me the video was like, showed me fucked up shit.
Yeah,
so I'm not watching it. Everyone watched it with the camera or with the fucking laptop like facing the other way, so I couldn't see it. And I see the reactions. I'm like, wow, like, I gotta see it.
Yeah.
So I see it, man. I fucking like, whenever I went home, I was like, that's all I could think about. I fucking like knelt down and prayed because I was like, that's fucked. So like, like I said, don't get me wrong, like, that's fucked up and shit and whatever. I don't agree with it, but I fucking, and I think that like, justice was served and he got what he deserved and all this. But I honestly think that those people, there was like fucking thousands of them on this fucking group.
Yeah,
they're fucking crazy.
Yeah, they fed the fuel, right?
Yeah,
and I remember she even touches on that. Like, she
just want to say, so we're smoking that. I interrupt this podcast to say we're smoking on that tuna star from our sponsor at Greengrass Oasis.
That's right.
I will say right now, I do know for a fact that Pikwakanagan is closed right now, so I'm going to go ahead and say that probably the other ones are. They're literally not letting people on the reserve and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and say that like they're probably closed everywhere. But at the same time, when everything goes back to normal, for all your cannabis fucking extract edible needs,
that's right,
you can hit up Greengrass Oasis, Pikwakanagan, Shannonville, and Tyendinaga. Fucking right, we'll get this tuna star on this fucking blunt and get going.
I'm excited, man.
Gang. Okay. So, should we talk about the fucking tagger?
Yeah, let's get into it. So, you've all heard about Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin.
It's funny. I just to quickly interrupt it. And it's funny because like I didn't even click it together because I haven't seen this documentary yet, right? I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
I saw every episode.
So I'm playing Warzone today.
Yeah.
And like I joined in with the team, and it was like Joe Exotic and someone else.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
People are quick, eh? They're like, I'm gonna fucking make a gamer tag out of this shit.
Well, you know what? Actually, body movement. I looked it up today. There's like 3 or 4 of the same thing with the same picture and everything as that chick.
Oh yeah, man, it's going around like wildfire for sure.
Yeah, the whole fucking, I don't know. Like I said earlier, I feel like the Joe Exotic thing is like, it's like at first you're like, okay, cool, they're just telling us about like crazy tagger people.
Yeah.
And like there's this guy and there's this girl and then like there's this guy and this guy, but then it's like, oh, but actually wait, now we're focusing on like these people hating each other.
Yeah.
And like maybe this girl like killing her husband and feeding him to tag, and like, you know what I mean? So it goes like, it's like what are you trying to like tell me?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said earlier too, like it's like they just gave me a bunch of information and like now I have it.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
it,
like
man.
there's like almost no conclusion. Like,
It's
and
like-
even what he ended up going to jail for was like technically not even really like what all. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even really what you expected. Like, I expect him like blowing some shit up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they did do a good job at being, I think, unbiased. I find
that's important too.
Yeah, they were like, here's these people, here's what's good about them, and then here's all the drama that happened between them, and you guys decide, you know, if these people were in the right or who was in the right and who was in the wrong. I gotta say, no one is innocent in this story. Everyone is
and they're all just as fucked up. Like, and whenever I say that too, I don't even just mean like they're crazy or fucked up, whatever. But like how you said earlier, like she's literally just taking the fucking taggers from him and keeping them at her house.
That's
like,
how I perceived it anyways. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And it's like, oh, big cat rescue, but we keep them in cages as well.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, but it's like, okay, then. So it kind of comes down to, do you take better care of them or did Joe take better care of them?
Yeah.
You know, it was like Joe was like
the guy
that
who's
hard
killing
work.
them.
Yeah.
After their fucking 16 weeks or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. The Cubs, what was his name? Doc Antler. I'm pretty sure he was euthanizing the Cubs once they were.
But you know why, right? Because they can only make money off them from 4 weeks to 16 weeks,
yeah,
right?
because, you know, everyone wants to pet the Cubs. People are probably more intimidated to go up against a fully grown one, I guess. But
and that one dude was sneaking them into the fucking hotel and shit. With
in Las Vegas.
That's so fucked, man.
Yeah.
But I love a lot of the memes that are coming out for this shit. I love it.
Oh, man.
It's pretty good.
It is priceless.
But at the same time, too, could you imagine being one of those people and being like, my life's a joke?
Yeah. Well, so this is another thing that I actually, I was hoping we'd get into this and I could spark this question up. So they all had to have obviously agreed to fucking have this story be made. And I also want to know is Netflix had to have been filming this for years in advance. Like, where did they get like the
from their footage?
That's what I thought. They must have like remastered it maybe because it all looks very done by one production company, right? Almost. And I'd assume back in like,
well, because he had so much fucking shit, right? Like he was doing that show and stuff, and then he was doing like all kinds of like everything, right? So he had all this footage and shit.
Right.
Yeah. Some of it got burnt in that fire thing too and shit. Like that's so fucked too, man.
I think
it was him.
Think Joe did that. That's part of where Joe lost care for the animals and was doing whatever it takes to bring down Carol.
When they first talked about it and said like that shit happened, I'm like, and they're like, oh yeah, this fire, and then they're like, oh, like some explosion and shit, right? So I'm like, oh, who has explosives? Joe, exactly.
Exactly, and we showed it many times on the show.
And you see too where he's like, yeah, they're fucking gonna come here, and he's holding a fucking big gun. Yeah, they're gonna come here and they're gonna fucking take my taggers and shit. I guess she had threatened that or whatever.
Yeah.
And she said that she was gonna bring the police and stuff and all this. And he's like, the police want to come here and blah 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 and stop me from doing whatever I want on my own property and blah blah blah. And like he's not hurting anybody and this and that. And he's like, this is what they'll fucking be welcomed with.
Yeah.
He turns around, he's just like, like in a half circle, and then he turns around, he's like, got them all. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, what? I'm like, I mean, like, you know, I've like held toy guns and shit and be like, I just killed everybody over there, you know? But
there's so many people like that in America, though. That's
a perfect fucking point. That people like that shouldn't like everybody has a fucking gun in the States, you know, and everyone can get a gun. People like that, you should. Like that guy should not be fucking. He shouldn't be around guns.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Shouldn't be around himself, man.
Yeah, man. In the end, though, yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, the story actually kind of. That's where I don't feel sorry for Joe. Like, yeah, I'll say right here, right now, what he went to jail for, he was set up by Jeff. But man, like when you get the whole story, like him, you know, kind of. They're all into the meth, him and his two husbands, like all that shit. It's like they say he turned straight men gay because he would give them whatever they wanted, fed them the drugs to kind of alter their mind state. The one guy took off for a wife, and then the other guy, well, if you watch the show, man, like that was actually a crazy part. Like they even caught it on camera. Joe's campaign manager was sitting in the chair, and he was even talking about how this cat was going around for a while within those last couple weeks, and he's like, you could wake up with a gun in your face from this guy. And it would all be jokes to this dude, right? But he was kind of like losing his mind. Yeah. And then they even caught it on camera. He's like, this is my last cigarette. He's like outside or whatever. And then, man, it's right on the footage. It's like not the production cameras. They're using that one camera. It's on campaign manager, and Buddy's sitting under the camera. And I guess he walked into that room and did the little flashy gun in this dude's face. And he was like, and I was serious this time. I was like, man, I fucking told you, stop with that shit, right? Because he's just like a political campaign manager. Like, he's not no redneck toting guns like they were, right? He's not used to that.
But you know what, though? I just have to say one thing. I think that dude was gay, too, though.
Maybe.
Whether he was gay with those guys or not?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he was gay, too.
But yeah, and then he's looking right at the guy, and then you see the flash on the camera, and he's just like,
man, I thought the fucking camera, I thought the feed froze or something. Because he's like,
he's like still.
And he's just like, he doesn't have his hand up. I'm just holding the blunt. But he's like, puts his hand like this, and he's so still. I'm like, the fucking freeze. And then like all of a sudden he like kind of moves a bit, but then still stays still. And I'm like, did it freeze again? Like I thought it froze and then like moved and then froze, but he was there for like probably 2 minutes or something. Like,
then he like gets up and he's like, and you're like, man, I don't even want to watch this guy's reaction no more. Like this guy just saw someone straight up,
worse than the fucking
straight up do it. And he even like says, he's like, it's not like what you see in the movies. It's like, okay, this story is nuts. Like that's what I kept saying to Danielle. I'm like, okay, this is supposed to be about a fucking like a zoo owner, and then next thing it's like this chick killed her husband. No one knows about it. His remains are nowhere to be seen.
Let's go back to the zoo.
Yeah, it's just like, man, how did all of this happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you think like, it's got to be, man, money's a fucking powerful thing. Like, oh my God, there must have been so much money circulating within all this that it just.
I gotta watch more of this. I've only seen like little bits and pieces of it.
Let us know in the comments if you think that Cheryl Baskin killed her husband.
Yeah. And is Joe innocent?
I've seen so many memes though. It's like that dude sitting at the desk and it's like got a thing and it's like whatever convinced me otherwise or something.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there like, Carol Baskin killed her husband. They convinced me.
Just like bitch. Man, it's so like even her, like not even just the story itself, like herself, man, like kind of gives it away.
Fuck, man, everything is cat printed. Like if you can get it cat printed, she has it cat printed. Like like she had a fucking golf cart and shit. Like whatever you fucking can imagine, it was cat print. Like, but she like holy fuck. But that Jeff dude though,
stereotypical crazy cat lady.
I will say that Jeff dude. Snaky motherfucker and all that. Yeah. I don't like agree with him, but at the same time, it's like say like dissing people or something, right? Like you're dissing each other back and forth, and then they get a good one. You're like, oh, you can appreciate it, right? You're like, that's pretty good, right? So like the way that he finessed Joe, I like don't agree with. He totally tricked him and fucked him over and shit, right? But the way that he did it, if I was Joe, I'd be like,
touche,
yeah, good for you, because like. He invited him over to his house and shit, and fucking, I think he was like buying taggers off of him. And he invites him over to his house. He's got this fucking crazy mansion with like a pool inside and shit, and like fucking Ferrari and like all this shit with ugly ass rims, I'll say. But anyways, and I hope you're watching, Jeff. But no, anyway,
I really do.
So he's got all this shit, right? Like, so he's just like bawling the fuck out. And he was always dressed really nice and shit. Well, not nice. He had like nice jeans and shirts and stuff. But anyways, point is, he didn't own any of that shit. He rented the house. He was like behind on payments on the lease for the fucking Ferrari, and like all this shit was like rented and fake and shit, right?
It's all a front.
So that so he could be like, look, I'm this big ballin' fucking dude, and I can help you with your shit, like. And so then like Joe needed something for like lawyer fees or some shit. And he's like, here's $35,000, go do it. And he was just like giving him some cash, being like, look, like, I'll take care of you now. So then he was like, hey, big business decision. Sign the park over to me because all the heat's on you. So we'll put it on me or whatever, right? Well, it wasn't heat. It was just that Joe was getting in some shit.
Yeah,
so he was like, let's fucking say that I'm running it now so you can change the face of fucking the place, right? Well, now he owns it.
Yeah.
And Joe works for him.
Yeah.
So then they ended up kicking him out because Joe was like telling them how to do shit.
Yeah.
And fucking... Cause the other dude, Jeff, hired this like lead hand guy that was like the guy that you were talking about who went down to like kill the fucking, you know what I mean? And the other thing too is like, remember I said how Jeff, it's like, well, how is he not being investigated in some type of way? And it's like, okay, yeah, I get that he knew that it was all set up, but did the other dude know it was a setup that went down to fucking Florida to do it? You know what I mean? And then didn't do it, but did he know that? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's all fucked up.
It is, man.
It sounds pretty fucked up.
And at the same time too, I watched that documentary and the Don't Fuck with Cats thing, and I'm like, it's hard to explain. I'm like, I fucking wasted my time, but I'm also like, kind of, maybe it's just pop culture, right? I'm glad I know that now so I can discuss it or something. But it's like, I'm glad I took in that information, but I'm sorry I wasted that time of my life or something, you know? And like somebody asked on Facebook, like, "Whoa, this fucking Tiger King thing, like, is it worth watching?" I'm like, I wouldn't go around saying like worth watching, but you can't not watch it. Like my buddy turned it on.
Hey,
I'm
man,
like,
everyone's got a whole lot of time on their hands right now.
Right. Yeah, my buddy put it on. I'm like, whatever. Like, we're at his house, we'll watch it.
Yeah.
And then like by the time the episode ended, I'm like, he goes to do something else. I'm like, we're not watching the next one. Let's do it.
It makes you want to keep watching for sure. It's crazy.
I actually fucking want to say something real quick too, and this is something I discussed earlier that I forgot, but it's actually written down. So my friend has a company called Bunny Bandanas, bunny like a bunny rabbit, and they make they take bandanas and they make it's like a fleece on the inside, and it's like for like winter and shit, right? Like snowboarding and stuff, right? But it's like a mask or whatever, and anyways, so I'm not plugging that. I am a little bit, I guess. But the thing is right now they're doing a big thing where they're giving away, like they're making like the face masks, like the fucking doctor shit kind of thing. They're just making their own and like giving them to hospitals and stuff. So my point is that I think that's a really fucking cool idea.
Yeah.
And definitely shout out to Andrea and Bunny Bandanas. I think that's fucking amazing. So thank you. Because I also know that like supplies are limited, I'm pretty sure at this point. So that's really cool. And the other thing too that I want to say about it too is that if you or anyone you know is working in that type of shit, and has like a lack of that stuff, hit me up or hit them up at Bunny Bandanas on Instagram and shit. But yeah, they're giving them out right now because times are tough. Shit's going down, but that's the one thing I wanted to say right away off the bat, and I was like, I forgot it, but I have it written down.
Yeah, you got around to it though.
Yeah. But yeah, no, check them out.
Yeah, show some support.
I think that's pretty cool.
In a dire time of need.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I see a lot of well, maybe not a lot, but I've seen definitely a few companies like alcohol companies like switch production to like
making
like sanitizer and stuff like that.
Okay.
From
cool.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So there's like there's just different companies that are switching their production line from something that they would usually produce to something more
like
Bombardier.
Bombardier.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. They
Bombardier?
make Jack. Yeah, that Bombardier probably make big winter coats, I think. They're making masks and stuff.
Yeah.
I even seen like Mercedes. They're helping develop individual respirators, like for just one person. You know what I mean? Like handheld, basically, like a thing. Yeah.
Well,
see, that's one. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, remember what fucking Gord was saying with the fucking.
Yeah.
Maybe did he tell you guys that?
Use 1 into 4.
Well, yeah. So like, I guess like Renfrew only has like one of them in the whole like hospital or something like that. And I was like, well, is that supposed to make me scared or not scared? You know,
pretty scared, I would say. But
and why? And I was like, so like, you know, does that mean that like that's not a good or like that's not a good thing or that's a good thing? You know, like I don't know what because in my mind, if that it's like, well, if they only have the one to share, then maybe it's not as bad as you think. But then it's like, well, like if you only have the one to share, then like Shit,
fuck.
yeah, exactly. And if you can split it
Yeah.
into the 4, there's like 90 for
Yeah.
500 people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Dropbox a fucking video.
Get
See if
it.
we can get it up. At some point, you don't have to do like this second or whatever. But I do have something that I would like to share.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, like I said, we can do it after. But
If you can get it to the email address,
email address, that's even better.
maybe.
If you want any songs played too and you're tuning in right now, go to Instagram, send them to our email.
Yeah,
We'll play them.
4gaudio613@gmail.com. We'll play your songs at the end if you want. What's flashing? Oh, okay.
Woo!
What was flashing? What
I
was
think it
that?
was
The
this.
strip lighting, yeah.
I don't know.
It was, yeah.
It was, but I wasn't touching it. I swear.
That's weird.
I thought I was like leaned against it.
No, I saw that too. That was fucked up.
Fucking lightning in here.
I shouldn't
We got
have.
video proof now, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll it back.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
All right, what was I
Who's it
doing?
going to?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
4G. Yeah, that's right.
Going to the 4G
Scan it.
page.
Sorry, I'm so unprepared. I thought of it. I mean, I
It's all swell.
thought of this earlier. I don't know if.
Yeah, shout out to everyone tuning in right now.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Hope you're all staying safe during these crazy times. And yeah.
Stay indoors if you can. I just ate the fucking ghost pepper burrito from Mucho Burrito, yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. And they sold me one Corona with a lid and let me leave the building with it.
Yeah.
I was shocked. It
Go
was
get yours
crazy.
while they last.
Yeah, seriously, try that out.
That's awesome.
Did it work? I might have sent you an email, but either way.
Inbox.
So did you guys hear about going
see
back
it.
to the Tiger thing real quick while you're figuring that out? Did you guys see
What?
about the push to help get Joe out of jail?
No,
Cardi B's started a GoFundMe account.
no way.
Oh yeah, she's hard on it to try and get him out.
What a sick cunt.
Yeah, that email you sent me has no content.
Yeah.
No content.
It's not fucking working. Oh well. Another time.
So yeah, and in more recent news, amongst all this crazy COVID shit, they let 6ix9ine out of the fucking prison.
I need proof. I haven't seen any
Yeah, so that's
legit
what I was saying.
stone cold proof yet.
That's what I
Like-
was saying earlier, but here's the thing, okay? So somebody posted a thing saying I forget who it was, and I'm sorry if you're watching, but I forget who it was. But they posted a thing and they said like everybody's fucking out here like
Dying?
no, like talking about this and that and whatever, but like 6ix9ine's out, you know, like what the fuck? And I heard 6ix9ine's out, and they're like, but where's the video? Where's the video? Whatever. And then someone commented and said something about he was live on Instagram. And then the person who made the post said, "Oh, never mind, I found the video." I never went into do the research to find the video he was talking about, which
So apparently it has been released. Though. Yeah,
I did
okay.
look to see, and I found articles saying he was released, but I haven't seen.
There's something here saying that he's on like house arrest essentially
Yeah.
to serve the rest of his 4 months on his sentence.
Yeah, he's free
On-
in August.
Yeah, so house arrest for 4 months over the coronavirus concerns.
That was his plea too, eh? Was to be released early because of the coronavirus. Yeah.
Whatever, fuck the release it, buddy. I heard something that there was like a country that released all the people in jail and shit.
Well, it
I
just
don't think
goes
it's
to
true,
show,
but
man,
because
like,
how do you ring? They were saying they were temporarily letting them out. Well, how do you get them back?
yeah, temporarily, yeah.
You temporarily put them in a different jail, like
It's
what?
just
Yeah,
like,
like,
That's
you
just
can't stay here, but you gotta stay here.
that's
But
it.
until you gotta go back here.
Yeah.
Well, it just made it sound like they just like let them out and
Yeah.
go do whatever they want. Like I said, I don't think it's true. It was just like some Facebook thing or
That just
whatever. But
reminded
still,
me
like,
of another thing to do with the Tiger King. The with Carol Baskins and her missing husband, the van it was planted at the airstrip very awkwardly. Like even the detective was like, seemed like someone drove it there and left it there because it was door open, keys left and like on the center console, his briefcase in there and shit. And then, so I'm getting to my point here was the truck was brought back to Carol's place and they didn't look at it for like a week though.
Who didn't look at it for like a week?
The cops.
Like, oh, okay.
Giving her enough time to do whatever she would need to do to cover it up or whatever. And I'm kind of losing why I brought that. What were you saying about... oh, no way. We can't forget this shit. Can't forget this shit. We were just talking about...
I still haven't seen the documentary, though, so I can't...
Yeah, I know.
I can't relate to what you're saying.
Well,
I don't even know.
6ix9ine. But what were we just saying about 6ix9ine? It was something...
Him getting out early because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
We just went back a little bit in time.
It was something to do with, like, holding off... You know what I mean? It was something to do with, like, holding off on something.
I don't know.
It's gone forever.
Yeah, we went back 3 topics there.
That's terrible. Yeah, that's my bad. But I was really trying to bring, like... everything we talked about kind of together there.
Yeah, I forgot about that part though.
Back. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Check it out though. I think there's like 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
I'm going to have to go and watch
this.
It's
like, somebody said they started watching it last night or something. I texted them that they said, yeah, I like just started watching it or whatever. And I was like, don't you hate to love it? Like I said love to hate it at first. I'm like, no, like hate to love it.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know.
You love it, but you hate the fact that you love it.
Why am I watching this? But then at the same time, you're like, ooh, gossip. Like, I don't know. I guess that's what it is. It's like, like it's fucking gossipy or whatever.
I'm really trying to remember right now, but
Josh fucking, I forget his name. Josh,
Whedon?
Excuse me.
I was thinking that too.
Do you know him?
Josh Whedon?
Oh, I thought you said Edie. No, Josh. Josh. Anyways, the guy from fucking Raw.
From Raw?
Raw Rolling Papers.
Oh, like the main guy, the mustache.
Yeah. So he always says, he said this on the No Jumper podcast. He said, because he did that. He was like, yeah, blah, 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 this and that. But
coronavirus.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Bless you.
Thanks. He's like, yeah. He's like, he said, like he was saying something, right? He's like, blah, 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 this and that. And he's like, oh, I kind of forgot what I was saying. Like, he's like, what were we talking about? And he's like, you know what? He's like, never mind. He's like, I used to always like really try and focus on it and shit and be like, what the fuck was it? And I'm really bad for that too. I still do it. But whenever he said that, he was like, yeah, he's like, I used to like really, really focus on it and shit. But he's like, there's no time for that. And like, just, I keep moving, right? Like conversation, you know, whatever. And he's like, not even in the sense of like, I don't think he says this, but I assume he wasn't just talking podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just it's like, okay, whatever, right? But at the same time, I find it so hard to leave those thoughts. Like,
man.
What was I just saying? I was in the middle of saying it, you know. But at the same time, it's harder for me to retrack what I was like to find what I was saying.
Yeah,
because
like
I go on such a tour, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, and then like this little like,
and
story,
you definitely
like,
do. You're connecting weird dots and like all over the place.
Yeah,
people.
Like,
how do you follow that?
Yeah, a lot of time people will say too, like, okay, but what does that have to do with you doing this? And I'm like, well, wait, no, it's because
it's
like
coming around.
I'll get to it.
That's
while he was doing that, I was doing this.
I felt that when was telling the Carol thing. I'm like, man, people are gonna be like, why did he go back to that? But I'm like, man, it really had something to do with what we were just talking about with 6ix9ine. It was something about leaving something for a bit so someone could get away with something or something like that. But whatever, it doesn't matter, you know.
It's good.
I'm interested to see what he does now that he's out, though, or in the next, like if by summer rolls around and he's out of house arrest, and if he's able to post online or like do shit freely.
Yeah,
you know?
I went to his Instagram, but there was nothing new.
I wonder if he's gonna get like targeted by anyone or
or if he's just gonna, I don't know. I mean,
man, there's a lot of rappers that just hate him.
Oh, man. There's so many people that
and
do.
That's the least he has to worry about. But I just mean like even just that for him to try and jump back into being a rapper, it's like, oh,
can't.
Is that
But at the same time, it's like
might be able to.
Wow,
just do videos in quarantine, man.
I guess
and they're gonna get
people already hated him.
millions of views.
Anyways, so
yeah.
Well, he's like we're talking about him right now, right? So no matter what he does, like
he's in everyone's mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
He dropped a video tomorrow. Everyone's gonna watch it.
Oh, I thought you said he dropped a video tomorrow. I'm like,
I got future knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, you know what I mean, man. Everyone would, like everyone would watch it, and what better time to do that?
For sure.
Hey, Ruckus, show yourself.
This shit was planned. This shit was all planned.
Ruckus, if you're watching, comment and say what's up.
So what's up? Goon commented.
Oh yeah, Goon, what's up? Goon.
Much love, Bully. Much love, Leo, and Matt commented as well. Matt Pilon.
Oh, gang, yeah.
Shaggy D. Rogers.
Everybody?
Shaggy D. Rogers.
I don't know, actually.
Cypher Gang? Part of Cypher Gang?
Maybe.
What up? Thanks for tuning in.
Also, shout out to Bully making fucking donation to that thing at the show. I missed your fucking show. The thing is I was watching for a bit, and I'm like, it's like an hour and some shit till Bully goes on. It was like a live, what was her name? Queen.Supa?
Yeah, that was sick. I tuned into that.
She put on a live, sorry, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. She put on a live thing where it was like she was going on live with people on the Instagram, and they were performing their songs and shit. It was super cool. She was raising some money for like she was putting together, I just saw some pictures today, she's like putting together like just like shit for kids to do, like kids, and so she was dropping that all off and shit. I think that was really cool, but I know Bully donated a number on that, and that was sick. But the show was sick, and I miss Bully. Fucking, I set my alarm for 10, so that I could go back and start watching at 10, and fucking be there for 10:30 when he started.
Yeah.
Right.
And I got back, and I guess it was like right when he had like finished or something. So I was like, fuck.
I caught him. I think he was like partway through his set. I'm like, I tuned out for a bit. I'm like, hey, I'm coming back in a bit, and then in a bit was like, oh fuck, man, that thing, right? So I jumped on it, and he was in the middle of rapping, so I commented quick and shit.
Fuck, there was Vontae Poems. Vontae Poems was pretty sick. And then Ali,
before that,
the poet. Oh, I forget his name. Ali, the something poet, or the fuck. Sorry, man.
I started to tune in when Vontae Poems.
Okay, and then there was. I think he was like right after him, maybe. And then there was a dude, man. I fuck. Sorry, man. I forget his name, but he played the President. What if I was president or something like that by Wyclef Jean.
Oh yeah.
So sick. I was like, man, and the thing is, I hadn't heard that song in forever. And that song,
now that you say that, actually, it's triggering like memories of like way back in the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I was like, man, I haven't heard the song. So whenever he said he was doing it, I was like, what? It's like it's kind of like, I don't know, emotional song in a way.
Yeah.
But no, that was sick. Yeah, no. So there's definitely a lot of artists doing their thing, and that was really cool. It's fucking keeping people entertained in these fucking shitty times, and
man, that's right.
At the same time getting them kind of out of the house technically. Yeah, you know.
Hey man, I seen Mr. Jones make a post.
He's doing live for the 8th.
Yeah, the 10th.
The 10th too? Are we doing
the show we're on? Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just saying because the one post I saw was he said the 8th he was doing a live show, and I meant to mention this to you guys last night. I was going to say we almost should prepare for having to do a live show that way on the 10th.
Yeah. Oh right, okay, yeah. How is that going to work though? Just
it happened last night.
It's on Instagram. I'm pretty sure.
Right. No, but like for us, so if we were gonna do something like that, would you just set up a phone and like go live and like
probably set up
this? Do that, right?
Backdrop.
Probably your phone because it's got the better camera. I don't know if that's a thing. It might be more of like internet
for sure,
service, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
That, but
cool. Yeah, we can do that.
The joint's bleeding. The joint's bleeding.
Oh no.
Nice.
Yo, we were told that we're not 6 feet apart. Pretty sure we're a good fucking.
Yeah, my arms are like 4.5 feet.
As we pass joints around.
Yeah.
I ain't scared.
What the fuck was I gonna say? We're not 6 feet. Oh, we're being told. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ruckus didn't show his face.
Oh, Ruckus!
I totally forgot. So he's probably not watching. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you to watch this. And if Goon's watching, tell him to watch this.
That's right.
But there's been a fucking what do you call it? anyways, there's new fucking knowledge going down right now that something that we discussed on the last podcast about maybe like Cypher Champ and shit like that.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
We might have heard a little something from the other side. So
that's right.
From the self-reigning contender, or not contender,
the self-proclaimed champion,
Cypher champion.
Yeah, Trip,
defending champ. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, sorry, I fucking I saw a thing about how Tory Lanez was keeping everyone fucking entertained through all this. I didn't really understand what that meant when I saw it, because I even went to his page and I'm like, all right, like, where's the content? But I guess just seen he's doing a quarantine radio, goes live on his IG all the time.
Oh yeah.
Apparently it's been a big thing. Yeah, Leo commented.
Fucking, what's his name? Gary V's doing like the tea with Gary V or something like that.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah,
I watched it for a little while. He does 2 hours of people calling in and fucking asking him questions and shit.
Yeah, I mean, some people are using this time to their best.
So
man.
many
you guys
people.
see MGK's page?
No, I haven't seen that.
Man,
What's he
he's doing nothing but fucking covers of, like, he did
I've
Misery
seen some
by
of them.
Paramore.
Yeah,
Today
right.
was
I have seen some of those.
Champagne Supernova with that Youngblood guy, but it's all quarantine shit. Like he gets like so like that Youngblood, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's from the UK, so it's like him and his quarantine settlement, we'll call it. And, you know, they film the footage and then someone edits together where it's like square and square, and it's like showing them do it together but separately, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's, man.
There's like an app for that or some shit, right?
I believe
an app for
so,
everything.
man. TikTok is almost like that.
No, there's like a thing where it's like you fucking, somebody would sing like one part of the song.
Yeah, and it'll freeze.
No,
and then go to the
like,
next?
No, like, so you would sing like the main part of the song, and then I would like sing over yours with like the backups and shit like that.
Okay.
And then someone else would add in another part, and then like you all fucking, it's like I was gonna say Periscope, but that's a fucking, I forget. Adam used to use it all the time, like.
Okay.
Gang shit. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
Fuck. Actually, speaking of gang shit, sorry, that I actually did not mean to do this, but it's working out so perfect. Saab life. Fucking, my buddy used to drive a Saab, and fuck, you might even still have it. But anyways, fucking, so we used to just drive around in that all the time, smoke some weed and shit, leather seats, heated seats. Fucking, that's a pretty sweet little car. But the point is we used to say this slogan, Saab life. Maybe it's not a slogan, but anyways, we used to say that all the time. Hashtag Saab life.
Slob life.
Saab life. But it's just like live fast, die young. You know, like
Saab life is like equivalent to live fast, die young.
Yeah, hookers, cocaine, and liquor or whatever. You know, no. But no, it was just like you know, like Saab life. Like it's like send it, bro. You know, but it's like the after of send it. You know, it's like send it, Saab life. You know, it was like, but no, it was like it was more like I don't even really know how to explain it, but yeah, it was a little bit like, I guess, kind of like gangster shit, but at the same time, like, you know what I mean? Like we were saying it as if it was like, you know, like red life, you know, like scum gang and shit like that. Like we'd say it like it was like this like gangster thing, but it was like, really, it was just our funny take on like, like let's get it.
Yeah.
I felt like I did a really bad job of explaining that, but Saab life.
We get
Saab
you.
life.
Yeah, just getting it. Actually, you know what? Speaking of Saab life, if you guys still got some whiskey in your cup,
Hey, yeah, boy.
cheers and whiskeys though. Let's get it.
Cheers to all you.
Stay healthy,
forgot to
boys.
Cheers you.
Cheers to good health and not losing my freedoms in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Fucking last
Cheers to
week.
that.
Last week on the podcast, me and Brandon got our fucking COVID vaccine.
That's right.
We eat that goddamn hot sauce, and I will say, man,
De la mort.
I will say though, it's fucking awesome and shit. Like it was good,
Man, yeah.
And, like it's definitely really spicy. I will admit this. I may have tried to like man up for the camera and shit.
Of course.
So yeah, it killed me a little more than I may have let on, but definitely pretty crazy. And everyone was talking about their assholes the next day and shit. But I will say, and I think I said this on the show, that normally doesn't happen to me, but I said it might happen to me, but it didn't. And you know what really fucking happened to me? Was I had the worst fucking cramps ever, man. Like, it felt like there was like boiling soup in my stomach and shit. Like,
yeah.
I hate that
so
feeling, man.
bad, man.
I could feel like the spicy.
Yeah.
Like what I felt in my mouth, I was feeling.
You were
down
taking
there, too.
massive chunk. Like I only
you were
had like maybe
scooping it,
like
man.
three little like scoops, you know.
I would have drank it if they let me.
Oh god damn.
just to fucking win. Just to win. Actually, you know what? On that fucking topic today, not on winning, but on hot stuff.
Winning.
Today I had the fucking, I already said that, eh? Fuck. Had the ghost pepper burrito. From Mucho Burrito. And like I said, I did already say that. And actually, if you look back, not last week's episode, but the week before that, I think. But it might be like 3 or 4 episodes ago because we did it middle of the week. Anyways, point is 2 weeks ago, I also ate the fucking burrito because I was getting ready for the fucking Salsa de la Muerte and shit. And it was a little hotter this time, it seemed. But still not very hot. Like it
was manageable.
Yeah, like, but not even like I would let.
And
like,
you guys were making it like from my perspective, like I mean, I don't do hot stuff very good, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't try. That's why I was like, I'm
took
out.
a couple though, man.
Well, that's
I'll
what
give
I'm
you
like.
that.
After the first one, I'm like,
I was
okay,
surprised.
I can handle that. Like it was like it like stayed in your mouth enough that I'm like, okay, I want to try more to try to make that go away. You know?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a weird like, oh, I need more to make it go away.
Well, and that's the thing too, is it's like I find with like almost any hot stuff, it's like, oh my god, like this sucks. It's really hot, whatever. But then you turn around and like, say you're eating like hot wings or something, right? And that's all you have. So then you eat a wing and you're like, holy fuck, that's really hot. But then once you like start eating the next one and like you're doing something, you're like, okay, yeah, like it's all right. But as soon as you stop eating the wing, you're like, oh fuck, it's hot. Or like take a drink of the water, and like while you're drinking the water and while it's in your mouth and you're swallowing it, you're like, oh yes. But the second that's over, you're like, oh fuck, it's over. Like
Sorry, I was distracted there.
no, that's fine, man. I figured if I wasn't telling it to you, I was telling it to them.
I just gotta
You
do
still on the spicy?
Just gotta do a little
Yeah.
quick shout out to Donald Keys
Gang, gang.
Hey man.
hitting us up in the comments asking where we're from.
Yo, we're
Oh,
from
yeah.
Ottawa, Ontario, homie. Cap City.
Yeah,
613
613
City, Canada.
Bro. Yeah, check us out, dude. Or well, you are checking us out. Holy shit, that's crazy. That was like
That's the greatest.
Yeah, that was like
Full
a
circle.
present time greeting
Yeah,
or
that's
like
great.
salutation. But yeah,
I've
no,
never met anyone on our own podcast before.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. But no, actually, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, this is amazing.
If this is your first time, put like a funny like middle finger or something emoji in the comments. But at the same time, thanks for watching. Hit us up if you have any other questions as well. 4G Audio Podcast, or at 4G Audio Podcast on Instagram, 4gaudiopodcast.com, and 4G Audio on Instagram or on Facebook.
That's right.
So yeah, check us out. Hit us up if you are local and you fucking want to know some more shit. Hit us up.
Yeah, man.
Fucking right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man, that's sick. Actually, that was
really
cool.
sick.
Yeah. Whenever you
Yeah.
said his name, I'm like, am I supposed to know who that is?
Yeah,
But no, I was like, okay, I see. Okay, yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I hope you subscribe and keep following.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man. Same goes for you guys too. Everybody else that's already been here.
Yeah, if you're watching, comment. We'll shout you out just the same, and we'll have a little conversation without you being involved.
And if you haven't, of course, hit that red button. We're here to keep you guys entertained.
Fucking
So,
right.
yeah,
Actually, you know what? Sorry, just real quick.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say real quick. So I do these day in the life videos, like vlogs and stuff. They're not being made anymore, obviously. But if you want to watch them, you can go to our Patreon and you can watch those. But at the same time, I also might leak one soon. But the thing is, I'm gonna let you decide. I want you to comment vlog now. Vlog now. Not right now, but put vlog now at any point. I felt like that was confusing.
No space.
And at some point, yeah, if we get enough of them, I'll be like, and I'll put a vlog up.
All right, funny response from
no fucking way.
yeah.
What?
Donald
No
Key
fucking way,
it's from Sarnia. He's like,
No.
I was just wondering because someone keeps putting your stickers in my work washroom.
Where do you work, bro?
Yeah, where do you work?
Where do you work, bro?
This is great. I love this.
That's awesome. Do you work at the train station?
somewhere in Sarnia, I guess.
Yeah, the train
Dude.
station. That's crazy.
The marketing works.
Yeah,
You should
dude,
take
like-
a picture of that and post it, or like
Man, this
send it
guy's
to us or
proving
whatever.
right now.
That's awesome, man.
You know,
I like
whenever
that.
you see the benches where it's like you just proved these signs work.
yeah. Shit, I actually
You
want to
just
know
proved our
that.
stickers work.
That's
Donald.
crazy, man. I hope
The
Yeah.
Don.
I wonder where he works.
Man. That's awesome, man. Because like, I know there's some out in like BC, some stickers
Nice.
and shit like that. So damn, man, that's actually awesome.
I want to know, 'cause-
dude, yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna take a trip around town, like downtown, one day, and just start slapping them everywhere.
Yeah. Fuck, they can't prove us.
Yeah, we've said that before. It's like, yeah, I just made the stickers.
We give our stickers
Yeah.
out every.
I can't control where people put these things.
Yeah.
There's one of the
Stickers are
rappers from our episode.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they're all gangsters. And
It was
shit.
all of us.
That's fucking awesome. That's crazy. Yeah, I like
that's
that.
funny
Thanks,
shit,
man.
Wild.
Well, at the same time, too, welcome again. But at the same time, I know that's a very small reason to bring you here. But at the same time, stay and hang out.
That's right, man.
If
Tell
you
your
smoke,
friends.
Smoke, yeah. Tell your friends.
Crack a drink.
Yeah, we getting that fucking Rona and JMO right
That's
now.
right.
You already know what it does.
Hey.
I will say though, however, I'm sorry about the washroom. If they keep putting them there, I do not think that that's anybody from here. And Sarnia is a long way from Ottawa, but I love you. What do you say?
Oh yeah, the rest is other people. He goes, stickers are okay. It's the fact they drew a giant crown above it with a 519. I work for Via Rail. So it all
519.
fucking makes sense.
Oh,
but
shit.
the rest is from other people for sure because we're 613. So we'll just,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know who was taking a shit in your washroom, but
Where's 519? Is that Sarnia?
I think so.
It must be.
It's either that or 509, but I think it's 519 if that's what was written
Hey, we
there, I
could
guess.
Google's her now.
Do that. Actually, well, one sec. No,
The
that's
content's
crazy.
just being created on its own.
Yeah, no, I actually, I super like. Oh yeah, he said the sticker's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I was gonna say I hope you're not mad about it because like I'll find out who did it, but I mean I won't, but I'll try.
He's like, I'll check. He said it's chill. He'll check us later. Have a good night, boys.
Sick, man. Cool. And I wouldn't have fucking drew a crown on it and put someone else's area code.
For sure.
Anyways, thanks for
Hey,
watching, man.
Thanks for
Peace
tuning
out.
in. We hope you enjoyed the other episodes.
Yeah. Oh,
Every
sorry,
Friday.
everybody. That's just for him, not for everybody else. At the same time, too, if you want to, you can
is.
probably go follow that guy. It's what? Oh, yeah, it's 519.
226 and 519 are area codes for London, Windsor, Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, Brantford, Sarnia, Woodstock, Stratford, and Owen Sound.
That's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually sick, man.
So, yeah.
Now I'm wondering how our fucking stickers got all the way up there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder how.
Well, even too, like, train station, because that's not even like a common place that you would go. I mean, like, I guess if you're traveling, but I just mean like, if it was like a McDonald's washroom, it's like, oh yeah, like, probably someone got a sticker, gave it to
Oh,
What's going on?
Goon goes, you sure it's not an upside down 613? And when you look at, you know, when you flip 519, 613, it's almost fucking,
Yeah.
it actually is fucking pretty close to 613.
But I wasn't shitting on my head.
Good
Yeah.
observation, though. That was great. I like that. Oh, we got a sob
Goon
light,
does see the world
613.
upside down.
Sob life, gang, gang.
Yeah, right in between. That's awesome.
Is it a message or a comment, or
it
it
is,
was
look.
his? What's his name?
Right there too. It's like recent.
Oh, and his name is Sob Life. So that's him himself. That's C-Dub, man. Or C-Dub, sorry. That would have worked, but it doesn't. It does. But anyways, that's my buddy Chris Wright. That's the other Chris Wright. Or the real Chris Wright.
Shout out.
So remember we had Biggie the one time hitting us up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Biggie. And then this is the other Chris Wright. Or the real Chris Wright, we call him.
Okay.
The real Chris Wright.
Yeah.
Chris Wright.
Just because he's a little bit older than Biggie, right?
Yeah.
So we call him, or I call him the real Chris Wright.
Yeah,
but that's who that is. Sob Life, gang.
Hey.
Brat.
That's sick.
I was actually with him earlier. We went down and picked up my GoPro, and
which I'm excited to see. You'll see all kinds of new vlogs with this new GoPro. I'm excited.
Crazy, yeah.
I look forward to editing these.
Yeah. Gang. So that reminds me too. If you guys have any SD cards, micro SD cards, if you want to send them to my house, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. I think I have one that's like 128 gigs or some shit.
That's plenty.
Yeah. That's fucking it. But you already know what it is. You know what, man? I gotta do this. I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna go take a piss.
Oh
get
shit!
It, bro. Get it.
I'm gonna have to go after you. I'm not as important, but down here as you guys are. So
it's the train.
Well, you never know.
What's up, all you cool cats and kittens?
Who else is so Brando? What are you doing to keep yourself entertained during this whole?
Oh well, for me it's kind of easy. I just look after my little girl, really.
Yeah.
No, I've been. Well, I just been watching a little more. I've been trying to do, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I guess I've been I want to say I've been being lazier, but at the same time, I've been more productive, if that makes sense.
Not
I'm
really.
like sitting, no, it doesn't make sense. I'm like sitting around and just, I guess we're watching a little more whatever than, shows, whatever. And then at the same time, we're also like stir crazy. So at the same time, I've actually been kind of getting pretty organized at the same time, like the house together and shit like that. And just I don't know. We try to get out too. Like lately the weather's kind of been raining and shit, but we'll try and get out for a walk. Even two.
No, that's key, man. I was locked in the house for a couple days. Like I get out every day just to walk the dog at least,
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it gets you know what it's like being on fucking winter work and locked in the house
now we
all winter
had
anyways.
Any winter work. It's been raining yet. It is nice to know that we still get paid though.
Yo, Trip, Cypher Champ. Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Oh. Yo, we heard that clip earlier, homie, on the big man's phone.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the
that's right.
final product on that one.
And I can't wait to hear a response or just the other half of it all, you know? That's what's up. But yeah, we hope everyone else has been, trying to stay sane as best they can anyways. What are some of the things you guys have been doing? Hit us in the comments, man.
Playing Warzone. That's my fucking pastime.
Yeah, I'll be joining you soon, man, now that I got that downloaded.
Dude. Next time you see John online, hit him up. And,
for sure I will.
I'm hoping we'll be able to get bigger teams soon.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I think there's only one of those battle royale games is 3 players as well, like 3 squad members or whatever. I never played that one though.
No,
it's the other one, the Predator one, Apex Predator.
Oh, okay. The only other one I can think of was like PUBG, and I didn't.
That's like the OG one, yeah. And I don't even know actually what the teams would be like in that.
No, I never played any of that. I didn't even play Fortnite, to be honest with you.
I fucked with Fortnite for a while.
The only reason why I'm playing Warzone right now is because it's like cross-platform, and I can play with my brother.
Man, I had
he's
no
on
idea.
like PS3 or 4.
4, yeah.
And I'm on Xbox, and it's been cool just being able to like stay social, and fucking talk to my brother and hang out and play.
Online gaming, man, I have to admit, online gaming ever since I left home has been the number one connection between me and my friends. Like 100%, man. If it wasn't for that, I really don't know where we'd be at, because people don't really like to talk on the phone and shit.
Yo, you know what's hilarious? I saw this. This is kind of off topic, but it's on topic but off topic. I saw this.
Good piss.
Saw this article from August 2019 from the World Health Organization saying that the video games has become a mental health problem and an addiction within society, and that we need to cut down on video games. And now this is all going on. The same World Health Organization is doing an article.
Games, yeah.
It's a great way to like be social and be, you know, pass the time while you're on lockdown.
You know what, man? I will say right now, I can see both sides of that very clearly, because I have been in like a video game slump where I was like addicted to it. This was like, you know, I was really young, like 20, 22, whatever, calling into work, you know, a lot, just to like get high, play video games a lot of the time.
Nice.
And I remember being super, probably the moodiest I've ever been in my life around that time.
Man, you know what's that's funny you say that, because that's one of the big reasons I stopped playing video games for a long time.
I was just so moody,
man. They would make me so mad.
Yeah,
I would just get so pissed.
Yeah. You know what it is, man?
And I'd just be screaming at the, like, I'm like, okay, I gotta stop.
Staring at a fucking screen, man. It does something to your brain. It like mushes it. And then you like try to think to do something productive, and it's like,
and that's even like,
doesn't have the brain cell power to do it at that time.
A lot of Call of Duty,
right? Fuck, what's going on?
So you die a lot and you get pissed off. But then even playing like games like that. So I was playing the Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 2, which actually, by the way, today or tomorrow, they just released the Resident Evil. Yeah, the third one. There's a demo actually that you can play.
I've actually
So the second I'm playing the second fucking remake, and it's so goddamn hard. Like I'm shooting zombies in the head like 12 times, and they're still. I'm like, god damn it, why
that's
don't you
fucking
die?
fake. Come on.
No, I'm like telling you. Well, maybe 12 is an exaggeration, but a bunch of times. Like I'm telling you.
If you're
like,
in the head,
and, it was just, and like there's a deke mode where you can like run and try and like deke past things, and like no matter what you do, these zombies are fucking
latched
and it's just super frustrating. It's so hard, and I was just like, this game makes me more frustrated than it does. Like I'm not having being entertained by playing this. Like I'm just mad.
That's when you do gotta, you know,
and that's what it was for most video games for me for a while. I'm like, why is this? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Does anyone else feel that way?
No, man.
Do video games piss everyone else off?
Like that, man. NHL was like that big for me back in the day. And Call of Duty got like that. That was the big one I'd play, man. It was zombies, man. I'd sit there trying to beat zombie maps, bro. We're talking 4 to 6 hour sessions. And then when you fucking lose in the boss round, man, you just don't care. You're like, well, I just spent 6 hours of my life for nothing. You're like,
but it's nothing. And what makes you really more pissed off is that even if you won, it's still for nothing.
It is. And man, when you do win though, you get up and you're like, fuck man. You're like, and
like you just beat up your TV.
You literally got nothing for it.
You know what's funny is
I mean, it is an accomplishment. I guess,
I was kind of thinking I was kind of thinking I was like, I don't really have anything to add because I don't really play video games or whatever. Like I used to play like whenever I was younger and shit, whatever. But fucking, you were talking about you were talking about keep it together, boys. You're talking about getting to the final boss and losing.
Yeah.
You want to hear some fucked up shit, man? In both Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh.
And which side note? Okay, this is an example of how my stories go. But side note, real quick, you gotta
ride with him.
The first time I saw someone like abbreviate for fuck's sakes, I thought it was Final Fantasy VII. Oh, okay. Sorry, I shouldn't say I thought it was, but that's the only thing I could think of it being.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what the fuck? So I'm like, what is that? They're like, for fuck's sakes. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So then I told a bunch of people that. So then like, we'll be sitting there doing something and be like, oh man, I just spilled my drink. They'll be like, or they'll be like, Final Fantasy VII. But anyway, so now back to
that's gonna catch.
Pretty sure I can get there. But anyway, Final Fantasy VII. But
I'll be right back.
So Final Fantasy VII, and I'm pretty sure, and what did he say earlier? Number two, Resident Evil 2. Yeah. Okay. So both of those games.
Yeah.
I went through the whole game. The thing is, too, so my little brother went through the game and like beat it all.
Yeah.
Like both of them, and then like. I think we acquired the strategy guide,
Okay.
for Final Fantasy 7, like after like my brother already beat it.
Yeah.
So he was like going through his second time, and me and my older brother were like still going through the game.
Yeah.
So he was like showing us stuff and like whatever. So he already like kind of knew and shit.
Mhm.
But then so anyways, point is, get to the end of both of those games.
Yeah.
I'm at the final boss. Like I remember the first time I got to the one in Resident Evil. He's like, "Yo, like this is it. Like that's like you're there, man. Like if this is over, it's over after this."
Yeah.
Like fucking right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get to like the door or some shit, and I get like attacked or whatever, and I have fucking like no fucking health. Like I'm like limping and shit, and I have like minimal bullets, if any bullets.
Yeah.
And it's just like I fucking literally I'm at the point where like I gave up.
Yeah.
I would just start it over again and play another one because I'm like, well, that one's I can't go back. I don't have like I think I might have had like the herb thing that fucking heals you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fully heal you. It just like gives you some health. Yeah. But it's like you're going in to fight this like big like it's the end of the fucking game, you know? Yeah. And then the other one, Final Fantasy 7, you get to like Sephiroth, I think his name is, or something.
I wasn't too big into those ones.
Oh shit! You know, man, I was thinking of the other day what was it called, the materia? Yeah. They had like little like gems and shit, and it was like that was like your fucking skills kind of thing and shit, like or whatever. But anyways, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then that game too, I got to Sephiroth, and same thing. It's like because it's like a battle thing where you have like a bunch of dudes, and then you go like pick this guy. This attack, and then like they do it or whatever, right? And it's like hit or miss or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I can't stand.
So then,
like
what do they call that? Turn-based,
yeah.
So it's like that, right? So fuck, I'm talking about Final Fantasy 7.
I get that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like that, right? So then all the guys I have, and then like the thing is you can like switch out your dudes at certain points, but like not in the fight though. Like you have to like do it at a certain place or something or whatever.
Right. Because you can end up in a fight at any given time. In those games,
so like I'm at the point now where I'm like at the end of that game as well.
Yeah.
Just to get you back up to where we are. I was saying both these games, Final Fantasy 7 and Resident Evil, I've gotten to the end boss and I'm in that same situation. So
I like the original like Resident Evil.
Yeah, the original number 2, but like the like old one back in the day. And it's like I get to the end of both of those games. I'm outside like the door for the Resident Evil, like fight this last boss, and I have like nothing. Like I'm like limping around. Like I have like if I have bullets, I have a couple bullets, you know, and it's like a handgun or something, right? Nothing. So now I'm talking about Final Fantasy 7. Same thing. I'm at like Sephiroth or whatever the fuck his name is. Tell me if you know what his name is.
That sounds familiar.
Sephiroth, okay. So then, anyways, either way, I'm at that point where it's like, here's the fight, and all my guys are like dead or dying, and like. I'm just like, fucked, I have nothing. And it's just like, you fucking made it all this way, and you don't even it's like, I could walk in there and like lose and shit, right? But it's like, and so it's still like, you're talking about like, oh, I made it all this way and I lost. But at the same time, before I walk in that fucking door, I'm fucking defeated. So it's like, you made it all this way and you can't even limp in the fucking door and shoot this fucking thing. Like, damn it, you know? And like there's so many times I would literally turn on that file for Resident Evil 2. Fuck, I'll throw it on and see if I can do it. And I go in, and like I said, I think I had a couple bullets or something, but it was like I tried a couple times and like fuck it. And so I kept it because I was like maybe there's a chance. I'd still play like a new one, and like I never made it to that point again because I just ended up.
You gotta play that game from like the start, knowing like. You gotta like be smart about the things you save and like inventory,
for sure,
like, management and shit.
But in any game, I'm the guy like I'm the fucking dude that's like always down and shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm always getting fucking. So I'm like, anytime I get any like herbs or like the spray shit and all that stuff, I'm just like, I fucking need this shit like right now, you know. So I never have it on stash. It's just like take it, you know, because I'm always either hurt or like down or whatever.
Yeah.
So here's the question for y'all.
Orange. Vodka. Sorry.
I thought the same thing.
What's your favorite color? No. So next gen consoles, PS5, Xbox Series. Yeah,
my homie just commented that.
Yeah, so I was just talking about this earlier today with my brother, and he I was saying because I'm on Xbox right now.
Yeah, that's right.
And all the good shit has been like
between the two.
I've just been I was originally like PlayStation was my go-to every time, right? And then Xbox 360 came out, and everyone was playing Halo, and
same.
I'm like, fuck, all right. So I'm like, and then I got into the Xbox One.
Same.
And I actually bought a PlayStation.
I mean, sorry, just what you were saying.
And my PlayStation, I was playing. I don't know. I bought a game and I installed it on my PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And it totally fucked up the entire console. Like, not my CDs stopped working. Like my games stopped working.
PS3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like essentially, like it became a DVD player. Like I could put DVDs in it and they would still play.
Yeah.
That was
games
like my PS2
would not play anymore. And then eventually it just stopped working, right? So I'm like, okay, fuck this. I'm going to Xbox.
The eye wore out. The eye.
Right.
Well, you know what though? Okay, sorry, you go ahead.
Remember the eyes?
Well, but do you remember the PlayStation 2? The PlayStation 2 had a fucking thing that came with it, or you could buy it extra or something like that, and it was like a little it was like two little triangles that had they were connected on the bottom, and you sit the fucking PlayStation in the middle of it so it stands straight up.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true. I feel like this is like the starter cap thing that I was telling you about. Just one of those rumors you hear and shit, right? But I remember people saying that the reason why they made that thing was because the PlayStation would play. I might have this backwards, but just reverse it, whatever. But it would play games when it was flat, but it would play movies when it was straight up. Something to do with the fucking thing would go closer to the disc.
Oh, yeah.
Like the laser would go closer or further from the disc.
See that.
And then that's why you had to change the thing. Yeah. And like I said, I feel like it was just fucking old wives' tale or old children's tale. But
I thought DVDs were.
But the thing is I never had.
I'm not the only one that had this problem with the PlayStation. Then,
no, exactly.
Saying.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I went from PlayStation to Xbox.
But but that's the other thing too, though. Is so I'm always So Sony is a hardware company. So in my mind, they're like, hardware is probably better. Microsoft is a software company. Their software is probably better, right? But I remember all the Xbox 360s and shit, with all the Red Rings of Death and the fucking my buddy went through fucking 10 fucking Xbox 360s or some shit, or maybe even more, man. He would also play for 4 days nonstop.
Yeah.
Kind of
I've had very few problems with my Xbox One, though. I'll say that. I will say that.
One, the newest one?
The newest Xbox One or whatever, yeah, very few problems with it. But in the next gen, whether it's going to be the Xbox, what is it, Series X, or PlayStation 5,
that's
exactly. I think I'm swinging towards the PS5.
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, but you know what's funny?
Overall, it's less powerful, less everything.
Yeah.
So
processing, whatever you want to call it, everything's less.
Maybe I'll just stick with Xbox on that.
But the games are better on PlayStation. That's selection, and
that's the biggest reason.
Just yesterday, 353 Industries, man, the new producers of Halo, jump into Sony.
No,
Halo's officially going to be exclusive to Sony, man.
Holy shit! All right, well then, fuck. See, that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to go back to PlayStation is because of the game selection.
Yeah, man.
Big reason,
bro,
the
game
Last
selection of Us is
exactly
amazing, and the part 2 is about to come out, real good.
But so whenever whenever PlayStation 2 was gonna come out, it was it wasn't even a thing yet. It was
with the Switch on the back and the big one.
Yeah. So there was the PlayStation 1 or whatever, the fucking gray one.
Circle,
and then there was talk of there's gonna be a new one maybe.
Okay.
And at that point there was PlayStation 1 or N64, and I feel N64 was a little bit before the PlayStation.
It was.
So 100%. So it was already by the time the PlayStation's ready to upgrade, obviously the N64 is out. So what's going on? But then the PlayStation, I remember seeing this article in a fucking video game magazine, and it showed this silhouette of a PlayStation, the original one. But it had an X on it, and it said Xbox. They were calling it the Xbox because it was
not
person X, or like there was like no said name, so it was the Xbox. And then later, like they came out with the PlayStation 2, and then like the Xbox came out. And then again, I don't know if this is fact either, but like someone told me this, that apparently because then they sat me down and like explained to me that there was this article in a magazine, the same thing I just said, and they're like, and they called it the Xbox. I'm like, I saw that. And they're like, well, that's where Microsoft took their name from. Because they're like, what are we going to call it? And they're like, well, they were like saying that shit, so they just used it. So like I said, I don't know. Yeah. Like they said it as if it was fact, but I do know for a fact that this article did exist. I saw that.
Man, the Xbox came out when like the PlayStation 2 was. I think that's what the PlayStation 2's competition was.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation had come out, and PlayStation was like, I never had a 64. I had a Super Nintendo.
Me too.
And an original as well.
Me too, yeah.
And
an Atari.
Yeah, I never was.
Shout out Atari. I probably, if I ever played it, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's.
Shout out to y'all that remember the Atari. Yeah, the Atari ST.
But yeah, man, like PlayStation went for you know what I mean, like this, like simulated, more realistic.
Yeah,
and they always tried to achieve that,
Yeah,
and I think they really got it with obviously the PlayStation 3. I would say.
Is there a new Gran Turismo game out?
Yeah,
like,
it's only online though.
What is it? 5?
It's called no. This one would be the 6th or 7th.
Okay.
I think 6th.
There's
definitely a Gran Turismo 5 out. I'm pretty sure that we can buy. Yeah,
because I remember 5 coming out, and it was like, I think it was like the first one that was actually on PlayStation and Xbox.
Okay.
Because before it was only on
Sony.
PlayStation.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck, I had 2 and 3, I think, or 3 and 4. I think it was 2 and 3.
Man. Those don't get better. Fuck, I had 2. It was like it was like a double disc. And the car on the front was like, it had the cut, like the cover on it.
Yeah.
The car or whatever, and. Man, that one was the best. You had to like get your licenses to buy.
That's the one. Okay, and I fucking hated it because
it was so fucking hard. Man. I barely got an inch into that.
You couldn't really race. You had to get your licenses and shit, right? But then like so I'd go, okay, I got my A license or whatever, like this license, right? But then there's like classes of license inside of that, so you get like the A1, A2, A3, or whatever, right? But the thing is, okay, you got to get your A to like do this race. You're like, okay, cool. Well, I can only do this race because I only have this shitty car that they like randomly gave me or whatever, or I had like enough money to buy. So then you fucking play with this shitty car, and you can only do this class of thing.
Yeah.
So then you get your A1 license, and then you go in and you do the race, and you're like, cool, like I did all right, yeah, because it's like pretty easy at the start, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to the next race in the series, and they're like, well, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I got my license for this shit. And they're like, no, like you got to get like the whole A5 or whatever, right? I'm like, holy fuck. So then at one point, I stopped playing the game too because I was like so bad at it. I was like, I'm the kind of guy that just like rams into the walls and just like, that's how I slow down for corners and shit.
Man, I was so brutal. I fucking hated driving games for that. I was so bad at them. I was slamming the walls, and I'd be like, "This is fucking." I
quit basically. It was like, "Fuck it, man!" Like I'm like, "This is so fucking stupid with the licenses and like fucking can't even race like a retard, Or sorry, but you know what I mean. Sorry for the error, but anyways, but it's like I can't race like that and like. Whatever, and it's just this fucking sucks. But it was because it was so realistic, right? So then it was a while later I thought about it and was like, yeah, like gotta think like a fucking race car driver.
Yeah.
Like fucking downshift and shit. And like you gotta push that car to its fucking limits, And I'm like, fucking right. I'm like, I'm going back. Doing it. And it was like I went back to school, I was like, I went and got all my credits,
once you realized,
I was just like face the shit. I was like, so I just man, at one point, man, I'm pretty sure my like the car that I ended up loving using and was like my full on like race car was the car that I originally bought as the like shitty little fucking this is all you can buy, like you have enough to buy one of these 3 cars, like go. And it was like it was called a Sprinter Torino, but it was like the Toyota Corolla 86 type shit. But I had it like all done right up and shit. And the thing is like then you buy this like crazy tranny for it. The guy just spent $1 million on this shit. And then it's like, oh, you got to adjust all this stuff. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, and then I'd go back to the other tranny because I'm like, I don't want to have to adjust the shit. But fuck, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
It gets a little too in depth sometimes, right?
Like, but then like I said, I went back and ended up dominating it because I was like, hey, think like a race car driver, like downshift, and I actually made it standard and shit and like whatever. But it was because I was just like, whoa. But it's because it's that real, right? Like you can get away with that in like fucking Mario Kart and shit.
Yeah,
but
like all those other ones, man. Yeah, another one too, man. My homie's throwing a whole bunch out there, Leo. But the driver, man. Yeah,
that was a good one.
I don't think I ever played it. But you know what was
the first driver, man. You had to get your license. But it wouldn't let you into the game until you completed. I think we even talked about this, whether it was live or not. But I recall talking about this down here recently.
Really, driver.
But there was like there's a checklist, and you're in like this parking garage, and you gotta do the checklist. So it's like reverse 180, like a solemn. So there's like poles.
Yeah.
You gotta like go through them and shit, man. I remember not knowing what that meant. And not being able to get through it because of that. Not knowing what solid meant.
You had to go through the thing.
The only reason why I did that
Google wasn't a thing back then, right?
Yeah.
And I remember hating it. And then eventually, like, I got it. But, like, man, that game was kind of cool, too, because you could, like, drive out. And if you were speeding, cops would come after you. And you could build up a felony level.
Yeah,
and then your car would be too hot. And you'd have to find a new car.
Do you remember? So there was, like, a bunch of them, Need for Speed. So
man,
like my buddy
Underground 2, man.
My buddy, so my buddy had like Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit on his computer. Like I'm talking like
they mimic the skyline.
97 or 98, like whenever I was a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like fucking, but anyway, so he had that game, and I remember him playing it, and I was like, it's kind of dumb. Like you just like pull up on this dude and race him, but it's like not really a race. Like you're just on. Like I didn't find like a. And then the cops chase you and shit. I didn't see a thing, right? I'm like, well, whatever. It's not, can't like steal cars and like shoot people and shit. It's not like a thing. At the time, there was no Grand Theft Auto, I will say though. But anyway, short story long is his point is that so I didn't really.
Isn't Grand Theft like the original, like the top down one? Was that before that? Down? That like with the original Grand Theft Auto?
Like
when you're just
top down. Yeah, I see what you mean.
The first two of them.
Do you remember I think it was the second one had a director's cut. It was like in Britain or something like that.
Director's cut. That was a fucking awesome movie.
But anyway,
it's a Trailer Park Boys reference.
But anyways, but with the. Yeah, so I just wasn't a big fan of Need for Speed games. But then I remember there was, I think it's the one you're talking about, Underground 2. Was that the one where the drifting was all fucked up?
I don't. There was drifting.
There was one where it was just like it was like cartoony drifting, like it was like it was exaggerated.
That might have been like, Carbon because Carbon.
Oh, was maybe actually that makes sense.
Yeah, I found they kind of tried to copy the Fast and the Furious movies. At the
for
time.
Sure. But then but then the one I really liked was I think it was called the Need for Speed Street. I think was that the one where they had the drag racing, the drifting,
that was everything. That was Underground, bro.
No, I didn't like the Underground ones.
Streets, man. I'm not going to shit you.
But I didn't like the Underground. Yeah. No, but this was like you go and like you go to like a drag strip and shit. Like you didn't go there, but you'd like so you.
Was it all very professional driving type shit?
Fucking look it up.
Need for Speed.
Oh wait,
I know what you're talking about now. Need for Speed, not street, but it was very professional. It was like on a legit track, not the actual streets.
Yeah, there was a lot of like, yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I might have the name wrong.
What's Carbon?
Carbon. Oh,
Carbon was the one after. No, Carbon was the Tokyo Drift one. Carbon was the one where it had like the mountain and you had to go drifting through it. And it was very similar to Tokyo Drift. The one we're talking about here is Need for Speed.
It would have been around 2008, I think, because that was whenever I was out.
Shift, I want to say.
Shift.
Need for Speed
Not
Shift.
Not even looking anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Need for Speed Shift.
I was gonna say it's a green case, but that's Xbox.
Yeah, that was it. That was like.
But that's exactly what it was. It was so sick, and the drifting was like pretty realistic.
Yeah.
And that one, like I played that for days. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, that couch that's over there, I swear, man, it was probably like very, very close to that. It was like a chair. and Buddy took the fucking back legs off of it. Actually, he took all the legs off of it, but he propped it up on these two boards. So you like sit in it like this. And so you're sitting there like racing and shit. Like it was fucking cool. Yeah. But yeah, so we fucking played the shit out of that.
Yeah, man.
Whenever I worked at the Peak, shout out Kashali.
Man, I want to get that. There's like racing simulator setups or whatever.
Oh,
I really want to get one, man. Like they're like, you can get so many different ones. You can get them kind of pieced out, so it's not so expensive. But if you like the full setup, man, it's actually crazy, and it's a huge thing right now. Like,
well, I haven't seen my buddies like
have it to like iRace, right, or whatever.
He races like legend cars or something like that. Yeah. But he has something like that. I've never seen it, but apparently it's like fucking crazy. Like it has all the same, like the wheel turns the same way and shit, and it comes, you know how like the car will like straighten itself out, kind of thing. Like it does that, and like it's all like sick. full on.
That's
like,
cool, man. Yeah, man. And since like Gran Turismo, and I looked into the recent one, but it's only online. Like every race you do, it's against other people in the newest Gran Turismo game is Gran Turismo Sport. So I was on the hunt for another one, man, and I end up going with Formula One. Fun game, man. Yeah, fun fucking
See,
game.
That'd be fucking especially if you're doing like Gran Turismo or like that type of shit.
It's so realistic.
When it's whenever it's realistic like that, I would want that type of like
steering wheel, man. Shit, yeah. Because I'll go up online, man, and people are smashing record like lap times, man. I'm like, it's because they got the pedals and everything. Like, you can only control it so realistically with a controller so much, man. Like legit, you're supposed to be able to, I can even see it, like you can hold the throttle down halfway and you can see on the screen that I'm giving it like half throttle. But like when you're using a controller and you're really trying to focus and just give her, you can't fucking like put your finger half, you know what I mean, and brake too. You need the full realistic setup to get like the best realistic experience out of it. But man, it's just since we're on the whole level, like it's crazy that even video games are on that level right now, man. To come from where we've seen video games come from, man, it's almost like it's fucking cool, man, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But I still love playing those old school games.
Oh yeah,
not
man.
Gonna lie,
hey, you know what's so funny actually? Like one of the free games on Xbox recently was like the Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, same with fucking PlayStation. Yeah, it wasn't like, one of the cool ones though. It was kind of like
this one was like one of the I just never played, but it's like a combination of like the new one, like the 3D Sonic, and like the old school Sonic.
Yeah.
So you could like switch between like there was two Sonics.
Oh no way, maybe.
So like there's like a world like where you could switch between like let's say you go to a zone.
Yeah.
Like, and then like at the beginning of the zone you can switch between the new Sonic and the old Sonic.
Okay.
And if you choose the new Sonic, that zone is like 3D and like the newer version where you're running down a path and you're jumping around and collecting all kinds of shit. And then you choose the older Sonic and then it's like platformer,
Mario,
like
right?
the old school version.
Man, those were the ones, man. Yeah,
that took me back.
Mario,
I enjoyed that shit.
Yeah. One thing
that's in Dropbox now.
Oh,
let's get it, man. One thing I got to bring up.
Go ahead.
You said brought up GTA, and my homie's watching right now. Sure. Never forget, man. First, I never beat Grand Theft Auto 3.
Taking this.
Yeah, but I fucking beat Grand Theft Auto Vice City and so on. And my homie watching right now.
Stas is taking a call.
I'll never forget the time, man. I beat Vice City for my homie as well.
Oh, that could have been funny.
And man, I felt so accomplished beating that game. It might have been one of the first games I actually beat fully.
Yeah.
You know, I completely beat that game. I don't know if fucking my buddy remembers, but you had to do certain things, man, in order to get like this last call. I remember that for the last job. It was like you had to spend a certain amount of time in the strip club and like all this shit. And man, I remember the Sunshine Autos. It was like a car dealership you could own.
Yeah.
And they had garages, and I remember finding like all the most rare vehicles or whatever, stashing them in all of them. And then fucking there's this helicopter you could find, and I remember fucking literally flying it and parking it in there and keeping it, just like games back then, you know what I mean? How you could find that shit and like somehow keep it. Like I remember in Driver 2 on PlayStation 1 you could find rare cars.
Okay.
And one of them little Mini Cooper, man, and like just the hardest thing to find. Like, actually, man, I must have went online to figure that out. Like, I don't even know how I would have figured that out way back then. I guess Google might have been fucking a thing since like the 90s at least, man. I don't know. But anyways, man, I remember how like unique games used to be back then. The things you could find in them, the things you could work towards, how it would
unique
make
whips,
replay value.
Oh yeah, replay like games.
Nowadays, man, they're like, give us your money, we'll give you the game for free, but there's a season pass to unlock all this cool shit, man. It's $15. You know what I mean? Like, that's
definitely changed the hustle.
And they
but
make
even just
millions.
I was reading somewhere like they were gonna go back to more like single player campaign driven storyline sort of games instead of the multiplayer online.
Yeah. That's why I got into Red Dead recently and beat it all, man, because I was captivated by the story and I just wanted to take it in before I downloaded Call of Duty and just forgot about every other game.
Okay, so
wait. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I forget now.
So what you said put the file in Dropbox?
Yeah, it's in there now. Sorry, that's what I was gonna say. It was actually name? I put it down as SARS.
SARS?
Yeah. And actually, we have a song to play too at the end here.
I was hoping. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was hoping we'd get one.
It's actually a bad video, and you can't even really see like the actual like official like thing that I'm aiming at, I guess. But
all right, let me try to pull this up for the viewers here. Just give me a check on. So what set this up for?
Okay, actually wait, okay, yeah. So sorry. Let's take a step back before you play this. So I stopped at the Canada Centrum, so then I drove through like a parking lot just to get to the other road to get the fuck out of there. And there was like a TD Bank or some shit, and there was like all these people, and they were like this video. Now that I say this video is not what I saw. This is something I saw after this, and I had to take a video
I'm just gonna hit play. I'm just gonna put it up here. People can see this now, I think.
Look at this nice lady. Waves. Waving and shit. But you can't really see right there whenever I like back there.
Yeah.
The lineup goes like around like a corner and shit. Like it goes.
That's a lineup. What are they lining up to get into Walmart?
Walmart, yeah. And so so back to the story though is that I saw these people. The reason why I took this video is because I saw these people at TD Bank, and they were walking like they were all like what would you call it, like somber or whatever, like they were all like, you know, like they're just like, oh, whatever, and they're like walking forward a couple steps, you know, like really slow, but they're all like stretched out, you know, and they're like walking to, and I'm like, fucking zombies, and I'm like literally like, yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? But I'm like, okay, oh yeah, that's right, there's all this like,
and that's why you sent those messages,
and like, which
I'm pretty sure you sent messages in the group saying zombies or something like that.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Like just today?
No.
This is just today. This is just today. Yeah. Today? Okay, and yeah. Shit. So anyway, so I see that and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I wish I would have. Because the thing is that had I taken my phone out now and like done it and like videoed it, they were now stopped, right? Because like someone went in, so they all started walking forward. You know what I mean? So they're all kind of like. You know,
man, I saw the same thing at the LCBO.
Whenever me and my buddy saw that, we pulled into this parking lot, and like all we had to do was like go right here and like go into like the restaurant or whatever.
Yeah.
And we ended up. I was like, "What the fuck?" And I pulled out my phone. I was gonna try and take a picture, and he's like, "I'll drive by if you want." Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah." And by the time I got it recording, I couldn't see like where it stretched around like towards the back of the building and shit. Like I was like, "Holy fuck, man!" Like I'm not making fun of them for standing there because like I would too, right? And I'm not making fun of anyone for saying that they should stand there and all this. You know what I mean? Like whatever.
It's
but
just weird to see,
we don't
right?
see that.
Like,
Yeah, we
yeah.
never.
So it's
that.
so weird. Like so, like I went to the beer store. Not a person there. I walked. There was one other dude, and I said this earlier.
Oh yeah,
right. And it's weird to see like they've got like at the grocery store they've got like the stickers on the floor, like where to stand.
Yeah,
and at the grocery, so I was going into the beer store, and some other dude walked in maybe a minute before me, and I'm walking in. Just like casual, whatever, open the door and like go to talk to the girl behind the counter, and she's like instantly like, stay there, like we pointed at the ground like there's a marker, just don't cross this line until this gentleman before you is finished picking out his stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just like sort of stood there and just waited and like whatever.
Yeah.
He got his shit, left, and then I'm like, okay, I'll get what I want, got what I want, and left. It is what it is, right? It wasn't a big inconvenience. It's just weird for me.
Yeah, of course.
Then I go over to the grocery store to just like pick up a few things, and I see at the LCBO right across from it, there's like a lineup of maybe like 12, 13, 14 people all outside.
Yeah.
They're only letting a few people in at once. There's a security guard at the door, like blocking people. It's just weird, man. I'm like, wow, what is going on here? This is insane.
I was there last week and it wasn't like that. I walked into the LCBO just fine. I saw a lineup outside of the bank that was just like adjacent from the LCBO. You know, I was like right across from Carlingwood Mall. They were knocking down, you know, the Harveys and all that there. Yeah, and LCBO walked in fine. But yeah, the bank, it was doing that. Now I guess everywhere is kind of starting to do it.
It's weird, man. Like I said, they got the grocery store. They got all the plastic things up at all the checkouts. You know.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, man.
It's like a big like sneeze guard, I guess, or something. You know, up on
crazy, man. Like I remember going into Metro. I think it was last week, and there was nothing on the ground, but I could definitely tell people were it might have just been the individual that she was, but there was one person, you know, checking out.
Was she like you people?
No.
No. Oh, sir. Oh my God, no. Oh no, I didn't mean. I just meant like, okay, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I hope you know what I mean. I didn't mean.
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
I wasn't saying the same way he was saying it. I was just saying like they or like you know what I mean. I was just saying in general like I just. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anywho.
That was the worst thing I could have said, but that's not the way I meant.
But yeah, she was kind of using that meter rule, anyways. You know, I was like, I'm going down this line, and she was definitely, you know, a couple meters. Like she was leaving enough space so people could walk through past the checkout without her having to step back or be in their way and even giving space to that person.
Even walking down, I was walking the dog like 2 days ago, and someone comes walking, like they're just walking down the street, like coming towards me. And legit, man, they walked into the road. Like, it's not a busy road or anything. They walked into the road to go around me. I'm like, I'm not. And
it's not like
it's
that,
weird, man. People are just like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not going to fucking like.
I do get it, man. But like, it's not airborne.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Outside, like, that's not going to get you the virus, man.
That's what I was going to say.
People got to fucking understand.
I almost took offense. I'm like, do I smell bad? Like, why did you walk into the fucking road?
I almost feel bad
me?
for these people. It's like, man, you're literally doing things with your life you don't even need to be doing.
Well, the guy that I bought that camera off today, like the thing is like when I meet someone, especially when it's the first time I meet someone, even if it's just this guy I'm gonna know for 5 minutes and get this camera and leave, I'm like, I want to shake your hand. At the same time, afterwards, we've just done a business transaction. I want to shake your hand. And I was like, so whenever he came out, I was kind of just like, he just handed me the thing, like, how are you doing? Whatever, what's up? Cool, blah, blah, blah. And we had just talked on the internet and shit, right? So there's not a whole lot to say. But I was just like, yeah, like, whatever, how's it going? You know, I'm just going to check it, whatever. And we did the thing. He put his fucking battery in and we did whatever. And I'm like, cool, whatever. I give him the money and shit. And then we said a couple things, you know, like just general whatever. Yeah, like, good camera, eh? Like, nice weather, eh? Anyways, yeah, I'm like, cool, all right, yeah. Anyways, have a good one. And then he kind of like hesitated at the same time I hesitated, like almost like we didn't like reach out or anything, but it was kind of like do we do it? You know? And I was like, yo, man, I'm like, I'll give you one of those. So we did the elbow thing, whatever. I'm like, all right, see ya. But like I said, it was like, when I first met him, I'm like, talk to you on the internet, but nice to meet you. I'm this person. Because that's the way I, you know what I mean? I want to be like, I don't know who you are. Like, I'm this person, right? I don't do that to everyone, but because I have to talk to this guy, right? But then at the end, we did the business and I want to like, I'm like, whatever, right? So then I was like, fuck. I'm like, it was just, you know what I mean? It's just weird, right? Because, and then I feel like now, like,
yo, you know what's
today? I feel like a month later, everyone's still gonna be doing the same shit, right?
Like, you know what's so funny? You know how Simpsons predict shit?
Well, yeah, I saw the episode.
Season
4, episode 21?
Well, but is there not like an episode where they predict like the people don't handshake anymore or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't like I honestly, man, never.
Actually,
really
you know what?
One of those future.
My buddy who texts me would probably know that, but he texted me at 5 to 8 and was like, "What time do you go on?" So I didn't like get it or like no, and we're in the basement, so it's hard for that. And then like just a few minutes ago, texted me question marks.
Oh.
But anyways, but he would be the guy to fucking know.
Yeah.
Maybe so. I'm like, what I'm thinking is maybe it's like they replaced hello as a greeting and it was smell you later. Like that's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay. Yeah. Smell you later.
Smell you later. Days and
Nuke the whales.
But yeah, I don't know, for some
something.
reason I just remember, maybe it's just some weird made up memory that I have of Simpsons having an episode where they
Chicks don't like that shit.
didn't have handshakes anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Crazy times, though.
It is quite crazy, actually. Like it's weird. I'm interested to see how the next like six months plays out.
Yeah. Well, I'm really hoping I'll be able to go back to work.
Yeah. So here we are. April 3rd.
Yeah. At the same time, we're kind of fortunate, you know.
2020.
Like, yeah. That's right. Supposed to start work in 2 weeks, roughly.
Yeah.
Actually, man, this is our like second last weekend.
Week. Yeah.
Technically, so we'll see what happens.
Because what I was interested, because there are like cops saying that I don't know if they're banning like just going around streets saying like pulling random people over. And
yeah,
shit.
I don't know if it's.
I know it's only at the borders and they're like temporarily turning
like
people
that
around
yet,
and yada
man.
yada. But
and honestly, man, I don't see like they can't do that. They can't be like 10 in the morning. Oh, you know, like but like a curfew thing, I understand. But even then, man, like honestly, people are gonna riots will happen.
yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't get to that, right?
Man,
like if like can we all agree? Can we all just like agree right now that if shit gets like a little bit hairy, can we not like go crazy?
Oh man,
I'll either be right there.
Yeah.
Or I'll be hiding with the guns.
Man, legit. The one thing though that the one thing to fight against it, man, is us. Like if we all actually came together, and you know what I mean, agreed on things and made, you know what I'm saying. No. I think we could fight against whatever might happen, but like you can't get people to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no one to be on the same and right page or whatever, that many anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like what you've been telling me, like if we all agree a $20 bill still remains a fucking $20 bill, it's valuable for $20, right?
Well essentially the only thing that gives a $20 bill.
But it's not going to be like that, right? Because there's going to be no value to a $20 bill if shit goes fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like if the banks freeze all the, you know, I don't know, man. So much can happen.
Yeah. No, it's going to be, that's what I say. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Imagine the parties.
6 months. Because, I mean, I know that they did introduce $2 trillion into the U.S. like markets or whatever.
That doesn't just come from anywhere. Have fun paying that back, y'all.
Yeah. But that begs the question, where does that money come from? And then you're just like, okay, if the Fed
I swear they're just like, well, make everyone pay it back at like a high fucking income tax rate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Instead of whatever, you know, and it's gonna be 50% or 75% of everyone's fucking paychecks, and everyone's just gonna work.
You know, if you spent $1 a second, it would take 34,000 years to spend $1 trillion.
But is that an individual though?
Just one, like if you spent $1.
Yeah, but there's only 84,000 fucking seconds in a day.
So
I could fucking
imagine.
I could spend enough money in a year to be worth $85,000 a day, but I don't think I could spend $85,000 a day for a year.
But imagine splitting that up amongst like 100 million people.
Yeah, right.
So however many people.
But still, but at the same time too, like I like.
But no,
34,000 years is a long time.
It's a long. Man, you're right though.
$1 a second.
Let's not forget that. That's actually very eye-opening for sure. That's actually.
But there's like
a crazy stat.
But at the same time, there's no.
And they did 2 trillion,
no
so that's like
right.
It's just like 60,000 years.
You got to do that all over again and get that too.
But there's nothing you can do about it, right? You know what I mean? Like there's either way, like no matter what, like it's all like
what it does. Fundamentally, right? What it does, and I've tried to explain this before, is like when it devalues the currency that's already in circulation. When you insert $2 trillion,
so it's just like happens. You know
and it does, for sure. There's nothing we like. We don't have much control over it. But like people have got to be aware that like I'm telling you, your groceries are going to get a whole lot more expensive. Not because like an apple is worth more.
Kill COVID? You know what I mean? Though, like
there's nothing we can do about it. That's
even the government is the way the government is, and like I mean I hate to say that because I'm with you, but at the same time it's just like it's like actually, you know what, honestly I fucking sometimes in my family and shit they talk a lot of politics and stuff, and I'm like, it's just so negative because it's like, oh, I fucking hate that person, and it's like, oh, fucking, you know, like my guy, and like whatever, and it's just so like I'm like, but at the same time, like NoFX has a song, it's The Man You Killed's Replacement, and I think that's what it's called, and or The Man You Killed. And it's about this guy who kills the president because like he's trying to change the world, I guess, or whatever. And then like he's sitting with the priest in the jail like church or whatever, chapel or whatever, with the priest, and he's like about to get like executed or whatever they call it, and the priest says to him, "The man you killed's replacement planned this whole scenario," and it's like no matter what, there's gonna be a guy that comes in and still does like the same thing, and like a lot of people argue too, like, oh yeah, but like this guy, I like this guy because like he's promising to do these things. Well, everyone in the fucking world knows that they don't do what they say they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like they always lie, and at the same time too, it's hard. It's not like just I'm the president now, I can just like, here you go, like it's there. They gotta like go through the process. So it's like, even when they are promising these things, it's like, but how do you know that it's actually gonna happen even if they put it into place? And then like when the prime minister became fucking Justin Trudeau, I went to work the next day and everybody was like, what do you think? Like, oh, like, fucking weed, and like, oh, whatever. And I was like, today is the same as yesterday, and like, whatever. And like, no matter what, there's gonna be, in my mind, some crooked fucking bastard doing it. And like, it's just like, so I mean, it's kind of like a rollover attitude, like, whatever, just take it. But it's like, you can't, like, unless someone like us is actually out there, like, in that mindset, with the same mindset as us.
And there's so many people actually out there, if you think about it, like,
but they can't get there. But they can't get there because they're not those people, right?
But see something like
so
this,
many more numbers.
Like, so back in the day, like when the economy crashed in 2008, 9, like my dad and I talked about this a lot. Like we were so like, I know that the economy that we live by, and money and all that shit, like fundamentally doesn't work. So we're talking between us like, okay, so fundamentally this thing has to crash. Like the economy has to come to an end eventually, because we can't perpetually grow. We can't like perpetually create more, you know, stuff in the market or whatever. And we can't print money forever and ever without it becoming valueless pieces of paper that can't do anything. So eventually shit has to come down to an end. So, you know, what replaces that? Like what comes next, kind of thing. And like, well, like we were thinking like, okay, so what would it take to open people's eyes? Like before all this shit comes crashing to an inevitable end, you know, what would it take to, you know, wake people up to what's going on?
Yeah.
And we were always like, well, it would take a big event, like, to get everybody to agree all at once, like a war or something would have to happen, like like, I don't know what it would have to take, but like this sort of event that what we're talking about right now is sort of
the same thing. And people pick sides, man, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, stay the fuck home and don't go out. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've seen people losing their minds on people, man. It's hilarious.
Right? And then there's people that are like, hey, like, I understand that, like, I'm okay to go out. And
you're fine to go outside, people. Go outside all you want.
And then, so there's people that, like, work within the limits, and I don't know, man. It's,
But I don't know. It comes back to what I was saying earlier.
It comes down to the numbers, man, and the numbers.
What numbers, though?
Of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say, for example,
human resources.
Exactly. Like, let's say the majority of human population, that, let's say 90%, had the same mindset as you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it would take.
Never.
To be able to overthrow, but at the same time, like,
there's too much variance of opinion for people to all agree on.
That might not even work at the same time.
Perfect
because they're
example.
all armed people, and, like, let's just be serious. Like, if it came to it, I don't know. Would they kill their own people to shut them all up? You know what I'm saying?
For what?
Well, we're talking about okay, so I figured we were getting into a conversation of, like, a revolt here, you know what I mean? Like people are like, you know, like, the human population's like, damn you all, like, this is not happening to us. We're not being quarantined anymore.
Well, I mean, we're seeing that happen right now.
I'm saying?
You know, actually, there's a documentary.
It's like on Parliament to expose it all.
So there's a documentary right now where some dude goes undercover in North Korea, one of, like, the most locked down fucking places on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Like, money doesn't go in or out of that country. People aren't allowed to leave without government permission. People aren't allowed to come in without government permission. People aren't allowed to, like, say things or do things without government permission.
Right.
They build fake buildings to look at, like, to make it look like they're doing really well. But if you look at, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's all a big crazy sham, and that country is so locked down. And I'm watching this thing, and I'm like, why? Like, the citizens even do it to each other. You know what I mean? Like, they police each other, and they're, like, taught to do that by their government. They're like, oh, if you step out of line, like, you know what I mean? So, like, and I'm like, why is it that this, like, how did they get this, like, population so brainwashed that they think, you know, that this supreme leader, you know, they've got, like, and they just literally give up all their,
like it.
A lot of them don't.
Like,
and that's what I'm saying. They're forced and everything, but a lot of them, like, but that's they go along with it, though, right? They're not revolting in the streets. They're not fighting against the power. They all just go along with it.
No.
It's just the camera. I'll bring it back.
Cool. That's what I'm saying is, like,
put it on the other one if you can.
I'm basically I was basically saying that, like, but you were just saying, like, it would take, they're saying, like, curfew, for example, you know what I mean? It would take more than half of, obviously, the population to even be able to fight against something like that. You know what I'm saying now? Like, that's what I was trying to get at. Like, it would take high numbers, and even then, man, it probably wouldn't even make a fucking difference, because if they wanted, they could shut everybody the fuck up.
Well, if they wanted, they could just do a recount in Florida and fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause, like, and that's the thing is, like, and the funny thing is like, I see a lot of things. I see most things from both sides if I can try to.
Yeah.
But, like, so I mean, I know that when I say, like, anything that's, like, even just me saying, like, oh yeah, like, the fucking president or the prime minister or whatever doesn't make a difference. Like, it's, you know, a lot of people be like, oh yeah, it does, like, whatever, you know, like, you got to get your party in there and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all like they don't have you. They're not thinking about you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, like, they're not doing you. They're doing them. Like, and it's like that movie you're talking about with the fucking plateau or whatever, or fucking
The Purge.
No, I don't know where the fucking food drops down.
Platform. Yeah, we didn't get into that on here. But that's a good movie. Check it out on Netflix.
Yeah. But like, no, it's like that, right? It's like, you know, it's built for the top guy, right? And that's the thing is like, so in my mind, like, yeah, okay, I can see how that if I say, oh yeah, like, no matter what, like, it doesn't matter if the prime minister is this guy or that guy or what party's in, and I could see a lot of people would say no whatever, you know, and like blah blah blah, and I could see why they think that and stuff, right? And I could see that people would think that that's crazy to think that way and like that's fucked up or whatever, right? But at the same time, there's like almost fucking, I don't know, in my mind it's like, I guess, proof. I don't know. I mean, there's always going to be people who disagree, but I feel like no matter what, everybody's upset about something.
Yeah,
like to do with the government and stuff, right? And like even too, like good example is like Edmonton, or not Edmonton, but like Alberta. Like I'm under the impression that they like kind of are mad at like the east of Canada because they like, I guess something I'm assuming maybe Trudeau did or whatever is now. So I don't know. It's just, anyways. My point is that I see a lot of like, because I have like cousins and shit out there, and I see a lot of like whenever the whole election and shit. Well, yeah. So whenever the whole election thing happened and shit, right, or whatever happened, it was like everyone is like, fuck you, Ontario and Quebec, and like you got your way, and like we're fucked over and shit, right? But I'm like, I hear everyone in Ontario, you know what I mean? Like still bitching about something. So it's like, no, like fucking, I don't think it did work for us or whatever, right? And like I'm like neutral. I don't really like bitch. I mean, I know it's like unfair and shit and it sucks, but it's like I don't work here, but I don't I'm neither a citizen, agent, or employee of the country of Canada. But no, point is like, yeah, it's like it's I just don't see it being a difference, right? Like, it's no matter what, you're still going to do the same thing or like live your life or whatever. I mean, like, it would obviously be a lot different if someone like voted in Hitler type shit.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's just this like a different dude doing the similar type shit that the last dude was doing, if not in the same mindset or the same goals or his new goals, right? Yeah. It's like I've heard too, I think you might have said it, Jonesy, like when they come in, when the new guy comes in, they almost will like just like take away shit that the last person did just to be spiteful kind of thing. Maybe it wasn't you, but somebody told me that they'll just like come in and be like, no, like, you know, like someone could come in and just be like, no, weed's not legal, fuck you. I didn't want that or whatever, right? Like I said, it doesn't happen on the spot, but they would turn around and like try and change it to be like, we're doing different than those guys.
Yeah. It depends on how big a picture you're looking at, though. Like, because I think a lot of the time, if you're looking big picture, like no matter what side of the spectrum you vote, be it left wing or right wing, it's like the analogy that I use. It's like they're two different wings of the same fucking bird or plane taking in the same direction. So you can be on one side of the fence being like, no, we should pass this law, we should do this, and someone could be on the other side of the fence being like, no, we should pass this law, we should do this thing. But there's some pilot in the middle fucking with all the control and all the power really dictating where everything is going.
It's a fucking great analogy.
You know, and everything is going in this direction that this guy dictates, and we're all bickering on which fucking wing gets us there the best. And it's like, you know, like that's the fucking
a good analogy,
the distraction.
We just all want to get there.
And like that's it. We're all distracted. We're all entertained. We're all busy fighting over dumb shit that doesn't really matter.
Sorry.
But if you really look at it, like I say, there's bigger things going on that people need to actually pay attention to, and I think that right now is a big, clear viewpoint for everyone of how easily we will turn on each other and give our freedoms away because we're scared, because we're fearful, and the government or some authority comes along and says, you have to do this, you have to give away your freedoms because it'll keep everybody safe, and if you don't do this, you're killing people and you're putting people in danger. And every single government of the planet right now is just coincidentally decided to all get along and decide to all shut down their countries and all shut down everything all at once. Like I said, there's a fucking pilot fucking taking shit in a direction that everyone else is not aware of.
For sure.
And that's just my opinion on
agree,
things,
man.
people.
And that's not to say that there isn't a fucking virus out there, right?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely,
100%.
Like,
yeah, but it's like it's
something
just
going on, and people need to understand that, man. Like, if we're being told that this could last till July or even longer, man, you gotta like really think about that. Like, I understand there's people not following the fucking rules per se. They're still out there partying and spreading it, and we want to stop it, but like, let's be serious. Look at all the other viruses that have come and gone. I know this is supposed to be spreading faster, or just that part about it, but so I understand a quarantine, but I don't understand fucking half a year to maybe even a year in quarantine. That's when shit's getting scary, right? Man.
Yeah.
And
it's just like it gets weird when you start like having lineups at stores, only letting a few people in at once.
Yeah, it's happening so fast.
Man, it just like reminds me of like Brave New World, 1984 kind of bullshit, and like I just come from like a background of like a little bit more of a conspiratorial thinking, so maybe I just get a little paranoid. But
hey, man, I feel like there's a
my intuition tells me there's something fishy going on here.
The world's not all sunshine and rainbows and everything you're told. Like, you gotta understand that. Like, people gotta fucking understand that. Not everything you fucking see and are told is real. Like, yes.
In fact, most of it is not.
Right? Like, man, it's just to get you to fucking feel some certain way, man.
All right. Anyways,
we're preaching hard.
It's been 2 hours of dope smoking.
Yeah, well,
we're digging deep here.
So Chance the Rapper actually apparently has like tobacco fields.
You were saying something about this.
Nebraska or something, or like North Dakota or something. I think it's something with an N. But yeah, he I saw him in Nardwar. Fucks people up. Like, he's fucking
his interviews.
I love his interviews.
So many people, man. He's like, oh, like, what do you know about this? Like, he hands Juice WRLD.
I've been smoking on that for a while.
Hands Juice WRLD a signed Billy Idol record. I might have that wrong, but I think it's Juice WRLD. Right. But yeah, hands him like a signed Billy Idol fucking record, and he's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, freaks right out and shit. And he's talking to like the whole ASAP fucking mob, and he's like, it's like fuck's his name, Rocky, obviously, like out in the front center and shit, and so he's kind of like talking to him, and he's like, oh, like, tell me about the like Black Ink studio or something, right? He's like, yo, how do you know about that? He's like, that's like the fucking first place I got a tattoo, or like whatever. Like, I used to hang out there or some shit, right? And fucking Ferg's dad like fucking did the Bad Boy symbol and shit like that, or the Bad Boy logo and shit like that, and like a bunch of stuff for Bad Boy.
Yeah.
But anyways, point is like, it's just like he'll bring shit up and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? How do you know that? Like, it's
I'm like, he must be like talking to their moms.
Oh yeah,
and shit,
well yeah, man. Like, yeah, that's the thing, is like, the one guy's like, man, he's like, how the fuck do you know that guy? He's like, nobody. Oh, it was Post Malone. He's like, nobody knows that guy, and he was just like, oh, whatever. And all I could think is, man, did he fucking like call this guy or message this dude or whatever, right? Like, he like went to his high school or something, or his like fucking grade school.
He's like going through the yearbook. He's like, that guy looks like he knew him.
They're probably friends. yeah. But then it's like, so yeah, he fucking asks fucking Chance the Rapper about, or no, sorry, he asked, sorry, what I was getting at was Tyler the Creator. He asked him, he's like, so is your mom Canadian or whatever? And he's like, oh man. He's like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
shit.
But yeah, and then he says to Chance the Rapper, he's like, so yeah, how are your tobacco fields doing, or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, how do you know that? Like, shit. He's like, I do have fucking tobacco fields. And I was like, ever since I heard that, I've been wondering, I'm like, well, like, I don't think he supports like cigarettes or anything, because he even has
that. He used to smoke though.
Oh yeah, but he has that one song, I think it's called "Smoke a Lot," and he's like, something. He says something about smelling like cigarettes or whatever. But burn holes in my hoodie. I don't know. Anyways, fucking short story long is fucking. I don't think he smokes cigarettes or promotes smoking cigarettes. So I'm like, I wonder if it's like for blunts and shit. Like, not for him, probably, obviously, because he even said he's like, I don't really go there. But I was wondering, you know, is he like selling it to like backwoods or something?
Yeah,
like whatever, you know.
Shit, eh?
They got their hands in everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It was like, now boys blowing up, doing a beer pong tourney with MGK tomorrow.
Yeah, there's some beer. I heard that what's it called? Barstool Sports. They were doing a beer pong tourney. But it's like a big like
quarantine one.
Like everyone, you know what I mean? Like a big round robin thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's sick. Crazy.
It's fucking psycho. Any motherfucking way. I think we have a song to play on the way out.
Did you send it in the email?
It's in an email,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, in Dropbox.
All right. Is it in Dropbox or in the email?
No, it's in an email.
Man, I can't believe we've been going for 2 hours. Yo, thanks to everyone that's been watching this whole time, man. I see the numbers. We've been averaging a good 5 this whole time. Yeah, we're proud of it.
I was going to say,
yeah. I said it. I'm like, well, you know, hey, we're proud of it, man. We appreciate all y'all. Much love and respect.
Ooh. So, yeah, this is, are you able to pull it up?
I'm trying right now.
Okay, yeah. No, I just wasn't sure. Goon sent us this.
Okay.
It says it's there, but it doesn't seem to want to play.
This is that salt. It's WAV file.
Will it work?
Might not work, Goon.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Oh, no.
No, your Google Drive file is
it's corrupt.
Well, it's not. It just says my shit doesn't want to play it.
Yeah.
My shit don't want to play it.
Well, anyways, thanks, Goon, for sending that in.
Sorry to
and
disappoint.
what a track.
We'll get that for you next week.
Got any more of that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm Gatorading it up.
Right, well,
okay, anyways, motherfuckers, thanks for having me. Thanks for having us, I guess. Sorry. Thanks for watching for this time. What just happened? Oh, yeah, so Goon's track didn't play. Hopefully we'll have it next time for you. It's called The Self Factory. It's a song that fucking not sure if it's out yet. I'm pretty sure that would be like the first time.
Exclusive.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure because I think he said that last time, something about that. But any motherfucking way. Thanks for having us.
That's right.
I also want to remind you again too, if you or anyone you know works in the hospital or nursing and shit, like even like home care stuff, because that stuff doesn't stop for the world. Hit up Bunny Bandanas. They're doing their thing. They're giving out face masks and stuff like that. You can even get like your own little like fancy print on them and stuff. I saw like little Canadian stuff and like, you know, gang.
That's dope.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks.